Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to the live stream. Woo, Windows updates killing me right now. God, turned on the computer, thought I was sitting pretty good, but it was like, hey Brian, you need this update, you need this update, you need this update. And well, we're up and running. Just a few minutes late. Thanks so much, everybody popping in. Bill, welcome to the stream for the first time. That's incredible. Good to see you. You're among friends here. Looks like you're, last year you rebuilt a 66 Honda CT90. Nice. I would love to find one of those, actually. I would love to find one of those. See, going through, Tula Tom is in on the chat. Welcome. I thought you were going to run a little bit late tonight, Tula. Thought you were running a little late. You're here right on time. You actually beat me to the stream. How about that? That's good. Lots of CBs out there. That is very, very true, man. The CB350s, parts plentiful, parts affordable. If there's one thing that I have learned is that parts for a CB77 1967 Superhawk, woo, they are a little bit more expensive and a little bit more rare by far. This is proving to be a hell of a project. Tula Tom saw 69,350 for $500 in Illinois today, Facebook Marketplace. I know. I saw it too. Pretty sure you sent that to me via chat. Chris Stone, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for being here. All right. Hey, you know what? We're just going to dive into stuff. You guys probably saw over here, we have this 1967 CB77 hanging out on the shelf. And I tell you what, last weekend was a marathon. Let me show you this, man. The CB77 has a painted frame, and it paints to match. And I think I nailed it. I think I nailed this frame. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited about how this all turned out. Let's get up close on this. Let me see if I can get us mobile here for just a second. Don't want to give you no seasickness, but I think it's worth looking at. I am a firm believer in 2K paint, that multi-part epoxy spray. This is all rattle can, everybody. Rattle can job in the garage. Had a box fan and a piece of rope, and that was about it. And I think I nailed that. I think I nailed this color, and it is going to be amazing. Aiden, welcome to the stream. It looks pretty good, David C. It's pretty close. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter. But if you can look over there, kind of in the shadows back there, you can see that tank hanging out. But you know what? I don't think anybody's going to mind. If I would have left the clear coat off of this, it would have been probably perfect, but I just couldn't stop myself. I just wanted that thing to like freaking pop. I wanted it to pop. I love the color too, Bill. I love the color. I think the color is going to be perfect. It's going to be great. Keep in mind the paint on the tank over here. I don't want to disconnect my camera, but there you go. There it is. Without clear coat, that's just like a regular paint job hanging out over there. And the lighting's a little bit different, but when you hold them up side to side, it don't look bad. And when it's in the shadows, it looks really good. I'm so pleased that I was able to preserve the original sticker. Chris, I think I nailed it too. I nailed it. I used the right products on this thing. This is one of my best paint jobs. I'm excited. If I can get the tank to match this, I am going to be freaking thrilled. I've still got a lot of work to do. I've got to dive into the Honda Gray, Honda Silver. I think it's Cloud they call it. But as far as like the sandblast process, sanding with 180 after primer, getting it all nice and clean and ready to go. I'm in like. I am in like with this. Yeah, Bill, dude. This is bulletproof. So this is like, not literally. Not literally bulletproof, but this is an epoxy primer, paint, and then 2K clear over it. This should last for decades. Like honestly, this is higher quality paint than was on it originally. You know, and just saving that sticker was everything to me. It's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit lighter than the original color, but it's all going to match, and I think it's all going to look absolutely fantastic. I'm kind of like, I'm getting pretty excited to start building on this Super Hawk. 1967 CB77 Super Hawk. Hanging out in the shop. We also have this, there's just hanging out in the corner over here. We've got the 1974 CB or CL125S. CL125S is really, 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 really close. Still having a little bit of that flasher issue. See if I can get this thing. Oh, did I not plug the battery back in? That could be what's going on. Yeah, oh yeah, I took that all apart. Anyway, everything is looking freaking minty on that deal. And we might work on that a little bit tonight. But what I really want to focus on tonight is this shelf. Time to get organized with all the parts on the Super Hawk and start looking at things. I ordered a bunch of parts last night. Spent about $1,000. Spent about $1,000 last night on parts to get this thing going, man. Chris Stone, better than factory. Thanks for saying that, man, because I've been just sitting here hemming and hawing about it and being like, I think I got it. I think I nailed it. I think I nailed it. Dude, bulletproof. It's going to be, this bike is going to pop. This bike is going to pop. And then you can go back. Let me just grab one of the covers that I did. You start adding in some of these chrome elements to this bike. Let's just start laying it out a little bit. This is going to be a really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful motorcycle when we get done with it. Oh, why did I put that up there upside down? Let's turn that around. Let's do that. Those chrome accents are going to look great. Honestly, tonight, I just kind of want to focus on this. We got 11 viewers already. We're just a few minutes into the live stream. We're just showing off this this freaking freshly painted frame. Rattle can job, epoxy 2-part paint. I think I got it down. I think I got that stuff down, and we can do a really, really nice job. I don't know what we're going to do on this 125S tonight. I'm not even sure if we're going to get to it, to be quite honest. I'm just so like into this right now. Check this out. So the 67 CB77 had a seized engine. It was all messed up, man. And it took 3 weeks to work these cylinders out. But they came out, man. There was one piston totally seized. And now I'm kind of just doing my due diligence here to make sure that I'm de-rusting everything as best I can. Here's the cylinder head in evapor rust. Tried and true. I'm trying to get all the rust out on the inside of these cylinders so I can do an assessment. I'm going to try a hone. To see if I can hone it out and not have to rebore it. I'm probably going to go and get new pistons, new rings for sure. That's on the order list, okay? But getting the camshaft out was not easy. That was not easy. That was not fun, actually, to get that out. It was pretty much locked in there in a lot of ways. But the end result, Tula Tom will get a joy out of this. Look at how clean this camshaft is. Lobes look absolutely perfect. I ordered new bearings for this camshaft last night. Take a look at the other side. Here's the other side of that cam. It's a 2-part cam on these. Oh, focus. There we go. Look at that. Not a ding or a scratch in that cam. I'm thinking this cam's serviceable, ready to rock and roll. I've got it in Evaporust now because it was such a bugger to get apart. I just want to get all the rust out of that damn thing. That's really the main thing. Get the rust out of it. Biggest challenge I'm having right now is tracking down a good set of mufflers for this. New old stock is ridiculously expensive. There's a couple options out there that we can deal with, but out of stock at David Silver Spares for the set that I really, 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 really want. And they emailed me today saying, hey, we don't know when we're going to get those back in stock. It made me kind of sad inside. So here we go. I don't know. Do we dive into valves tonight? Take a look at some of the valves? I don't know. Easy enough. Tula Tom, have a hard time believing those are original. They look too nice on that camshaft. Yeah, it looks too nice. And honestly, as I was taking this apart, there were already, like I noticed just little ding marks, little details as I was taking this engine apart. Somebody had been in here before. I'm pretty convinced of that. And you can even look, this motor had 18,000 miles on it. And if you take a look at this, this is the piston that wasn't seized, I believe. Yeah, this is the one that wasn't seized up. The rings are nice and free, and they actually look really, really clean. This other one back over here, ooh, that one was messed up. Always make sure to put at least a teaspoon of oil inside your cylinders if you're going to store them for a long period of time. It would have saved so much of a headache on this bike, to be quite honest. So yeah. T-Dub, does your wife know you had a motorcycle frame in the bathtub? Oh yeah, she's well aware. The key. Let me tell you what the key to all of this is. I'm going to give you some words of wisdom right now. Let me get this back up on the tripod. Let's get back over to the table here. So the key to getting away with a lot of the stuff that I've gotten away with, clean up after yourself. Clean up. Just clean up. I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah. Did I degrease an entire motorcycle in a bathtub in our house? Yes, I did that. I'm guilty of that. But I did take the time to clean up when I was done with that. And I go back to my father on that. When my dad and I would be working on wood projects or something like that when I was growing up, he would always say, hey, Brian, if you have time to work, you have time to clean up. If you have time to work, you have time to clean up. That was it. Just clean up, make it look better than it was before you did all that. So, yeah, absolutely, I did that. JP, go, Wrencher, go. Absolutely. We got no choice. We got no choice at this point to just keep going. We just got no choice. So what I'd like to do tonight, I think, is to dive into these boxes over here of the CB77 parts and start getting things organized. I really want to move on the CB77. I ordered about $1,000 worth of parts last night. Ordered everything that I need, minus pistons, piston rings, because I don't know what's going on with that cylinder head. But I ordered all the bearings. I ordered cam chain. I ordered, a lot of stuff. Spent some money last night. But it's all stuff that we're going to need. Bill, I've done that as well. And yes, I cleaned up after. Cleaning up is key. Because if you go and clean a frame and then your wife needs to come in and take a shower after you've done that, you're going to be in the doghouse. You're going to be in the doghouse. I mean, I think that's just the way it's going to be. Yeah. All right. So what do you think? You guys with me on a CB77 kind of fun run tonight? Because there's like no shortage of parts. No shortage of parts. I'm going to move the frame out of the way. Get this frame out of the way. And then maybe I'll talk to you a little bit about like what I ordered, what I prioritized on this build. And I guarantee you we're going to be looking at this frame again tonight because I can't stop looking at it. Like whenever I walk into the room where it's hanging out, and all the parts actually, I'm just kind of like, damn, that looks good. And I'm kind of a critical person. You know, I'm a little critical about some of the things I do sometimes. So I know that it's a good sign if I'm looking at something and I'm like, damn, that actually looks pretty damn good. That I think I did all right. So I've got two big boxes down below here of parts. You know, what we could do, easy. I've done this on stream a few times, so I kind of want to stay away, but it's got to be done. Are these wheels? Tires got to get removed. We pull the bearings. New bearings are on the way. Got the shipping notifications on those. The headers. Might dive into these a little bit tonight. These don't look too bad. They're rusty. They're a little rusty right here. But I'm kind of curious to see what a little bit of, you know, Colonel Brassy, WD-40, and things like that could do on these pipes. Look at that. My hands are already getting dirty. We're only a few minutes in here. So we got to clean that up. Look at this pride and joy right here. So this bike had 18,547 miles on it. It's a little bit faded in the face. I don't mind that. I like the let's call it patina on this. Last night I did order a new seal. If you see here, this seal, like this is dry, cracked, done. There's not much we're going to be able to do with this. So I did find a new seal, and this is not cheap. This was $40 for this rubber seal and the frame that go around this. But I think it's a key piece in it, so I did order a new one because I don't care how much, you know, brake fluid I put on this. This is dry, cracked, and done. Like I can't really reuse this. I'm probably going to destroy this as I bring this back. You know, or as I pull it back. You know, it's dry and gone. $40 for the new gasket on that. But I thought that was important to get, so I did order that. Let's just grab a box is kind of what I'm thinking. Look at this. 5-gallon bucket of Evaporust hanging out down there. We're ready. Like, we're ready to go to work. We got everything that we need to start really doing some work on this thing. One thing that's odd about this bike is that it had CL handlebars on it. And CL handlebars, they're straight actually. They're not bent, which is nice. It's a nice set of CL handlebars. A little bit of a bend right here, but whatever. But overall straight when you're looking at them this way. Apparently it was rode into the side of a garage at one point. So bars are straight, but they didn't have these. So somebody swapped these out at some point and put CL bars on them. They actually had kind of a low or a high version. I've been doing a ton of research on CB77s. So let's just grab this box. Let's just see what's in the box. The box of goodies. After the marathon, after the freaking marathon of tearing this thing down, what was it, 8 videos? I don't like cracked rubbers either, buddy. Bad news. Bad news. Cracked rubbers are bad news. Don't want nothing to do with any of that. All right, let me get you down here a little bit. Let's start taking a look at some of these parts. David C. It's great they still make that seal. Yeah, it's great they still make that seal, but the price kind of hurt me a little bit. It wounded me. T-Dub, marriage tips, always good when it comes to getting the more motorcycles. You know, let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story, okay? Keep my voice down just a little bit. So you guys know the 1972 CL350. I sold that to a great friend of mine, one of my best friends, actually. And my wife came home from work, and I was like, hey, Brad's going to buy that bike. She's like, oh, that's great. And the next words out of her mouth, shit, you not. That makes room for another one. And I was like, speaking of that, I'm actually going to Flint tomorrow to go pick up a Honda Dream. So, wife's on board. Got a good wife. I'm pretty happy about that. You know, she kind of walked into that a little bit. You know, she's like, oh, that makes room for another one. And that was pretty awesome. Yeah, Bill, you wouldn't be married if you didn't clean up after yourself, right? And jewelry, Chris Stone, huh? Is that kind of the key? Jewelry? Dave C., I put some Avon Road Riders on my CB750 this weekend. I can see why people like them. Great tires. Good to know. I'm still looking for a CB70 or a CB750. That's the bike my dad drove when I was a kid, and you'll see that. Let me grab this photo off the board. First time I ever rode a motorcycle, got a Polaroid of that. That's my dad's 1975 CB750. My dad always told me I couldn't ride until my feet could reach the pegs. If you look real close, you can see I'm on my tippy toes reaching those pegs. Had that Windjammer, saddlebags, all of it on that CB750. I would love to find one of those. I would love to find one of those and rebuild one. They're hard to find, and when you do find them, man, they're pretty expensive now. They're pretty spendy. So we got a lot of parts here. Here's one kind of fun little tidbit. It's a little bit beat up, a little bit mangled. I might want to find another one. But here is the original owner's manual. So this 1967 CB77 had the original owner's manual. How cool is that? I just love this old oh, it's just falling apart though. Missing its cover. Would love to find like a better one out there to include with the bike when I deliver it. Because again, this is kind of a build for a relative of mine. He just had it in his garage and he really wanted it rebuilt. So I was like, I think I can tackle that for you. I think I'm off to a great start. So we got an original manual, which is kind of fun. Random part here, $1.59 from Mills Fleet Farm. Any Mills Fleet Farm fans out there? Oh, I wish Michigan had Mills Fleet Farm. I love Fleet Farm. If you got a Mills Fleet Farm in your town, you got it made. Looks like this is some sort of a cable. I'm not sure why that's in there or why I would need that, because I think the harness is in good shape. But let's kind of tear into this a little bit. All right, here's our front brake. Let me get you down in the action. Let's start taking this bad boy apart, man. It's all got to come apart. It's all got to come apart. That's the challenge, right? It's like you can't just take this stuff apart and then be like, okay, well, I'm going to stop there. I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. You know, they don't go deep enough Here, I got to readjust. It's like kind of warm down here, so I got to readjust my mic here just a little bit. Take my shirt off. You guys don't want to see that. Y'all don't want to see that. There we go. Much better. Because I got a feeling we're going to get into some work tonight. All right. Oh, man, I got to catch up on chat. You guys are chatting. Avid chatter group. This is awesome. Sold a 72 CB750 for $1,100 last week. Dude, why didn't you call me first? Was it running? What was going on with that, T-Dub? Sold a 72 CB750 for $1,100 last week. Jared, awesome that you have a wife that's supportive. Yeah, dude, she is amazing, actually. She digs it. She gets to kind of see the process from the outside, and she's like, I kind of see what you're doing. Dave C., that's what I have, 75C. Oh, you have one. Found it on eBay 3 years ago, $2,000. Runs great. Yeah, apparently those things were bomb-proof. Bill, wondering if you folks feel like you selling one of your kids when you sell one of your bikes. I don't know if like one of the kids, I don't really have a perspective on that, but letting one go, you definitely want to make sure that you let it go to something or somebody that's going to take care of it. And I felt really confident in the person I sold the 72 CL to. Yeah, I wasn't like, oh my God, good luck, little buddy. I was more like, you found a good home. You're going to get run. You're going to have fun. You're going to ride a lot more than I do. T-Dub, 750 is nice, but 4-cylinder are 4 times as expensive to work on. That's what I'm noticing. I'm totally noticing that. And the older you go, the more expensive that all this stuff starts to get too. Engine was seized. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, but if you got the guts, you also got 4 times the carburetors to deal with. Looks like I'm going to need a couple 10 millimeters. All right, here's this front brake hub. Here's a brake stay. I'm going to grab my phone. I want to make sure I've got good pictures of each of these parts. I cannot like really recommend this enough, is that you're getting out there with your phone and taking pictures, or whatever camera, I don't care what you're doing, but take pictures of things before you take them apart. Like this looks very similar to a CB350, so I'm pretty familiar with a lot of this stuff at this point. But 10 mil would take this right out. Might be able to expedite this process a little bit, because one thing I've noticed on this bike is that every nut and bolt is moving. I'm not like running into a bunch of situations where I'm fighting things. It just kind of wants to come apart, which is a real change for what I'm doing. Anybody who's been watching the channel for a while knows that you know, not everything Brian works on comes apart easily. I'm usually battling stuff a little bit. Just trying to find see if I can find myself a 10 mil wrench. I don't know where my impact is, but this should expedite the process a little bit more, getting the right tool for the right job. Everyone loves cleaning carbs, carburetors. Ugh. Pain in the butt, I'm telling you. All right, so I'm gonna stay organized. I think that's the biggest thing for me personally. I just really need to stay organized when I'm working on stuff. It looks like these don't have nuts on the other side. These are actually threaded into the actual mount on this bike, which is a little bit different. Let me see if I can get you just a little bit closer to the action. There we go. Let's get you in here. Pull this out. I might need just a little bit of WD-40 to help me out tonight. I will say that in trying to unseize the motor, what was it? PB Blaster. I think that was the saving grace. PB Blaster and a bunch of heat. PB Blaster and a bunch of heat. That's what did the deal on that. So let's get this control arm off. Let's get the cable off. So again, we got a little bit of a collared bolt here. These should, keyword should. Let's drop a little WD in here. See if we can get these control arms off. A little bit of a lever, nothing too aggressive, would be useful here. Flathead screwdriver could help. Just want to get kind of underneath it a little bit. Yeah, oh my God, that just popped right up. And that one's popping right up. So this bike wants to come apart. This bike wants to be rebuilt. Unlike the 72CL, that I don't think it was really sure. I don't think it was really sure that it wanted to live anymore because it had just been so neglected. So there's the one there. It looks like we do have a felt seal down here. What am I doing? Where are my gloves? Let me get a pair of gloves on. No reason to be getting all messy. Have you guys looked at the price of freaking gloves lately? What? Price of gloves is ridiculous. It was like 40 bucks for 100 pairs of gloves. What's going on with that? All right, that control arm came off and that all slid right apart real nice. That all slid apart real nice. So for now, what I'm going to do, so we're just kind of chipping away at it is what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and put my bolts back where they came from. And make damn sure. Yeah, you can't put these together wrong, actually, because everything's kind of threaded in one way. Here's your return spring right here. See, this would be a good opportunity to actually take a picture, take another picture. Like, this is kind of my process. You know, I'm just looking at, you know, everything that I'm doing and taking pictures. So you never know, like even sometimes like in the background, you'll notice something, you know? Jerry, everything's headed up in price. I tend to agree with you. It's not looking good, is it? So there's our spring. I got a good picture of how that was positioned on that. We can set that aside. And now I'm gonna bet that's like a 14. Could be wrong, but I think it's a 14. Oh, I'm just getting too good at this now. There's a 14 on the cable. I'll get all new cables for this, no doubt about it. Don't trust the old cables necessarily. I mean, they can be refurbished, I suppose. You can fix them up in a pinch. They might work out okay. But who knows? If you're enjoying the stream, one of the things you can really do is share it. Thumbs up it, number one. If you're watching the stream, if you're kind of enjoying this process, hit that thumbs up button, get involved in chat, and then share. Share the stream. Get it out there. It's kind of interesting that is this hub threaded? Trying to see. That should come out of there. It almost looks like, yeah, wow. Interesting, look at this. You guys who do this a lot are gonna get off with this with me. This section right here, oops, sorry. This section right here is actually threaded in. I'll show you as soon as I pull this off. But that is threaded into the aluminum. So when you're pulling this out, you want to be real careful with this. You don't want to mess it up. Look down in there. Can you see that? Oh, give me a sec. Let me see if I can get you. This is kind of cool. That is a threaded insert on that. Focus. Tough to see. But it's threaded into there on the 350s, which is kind of the next evolution, quite honestly, of this bike. That is just a sliding slot that works. So I'm going to keep the original cable. All right, keep the original cables. Never throw your stuff away until you got replacement parts to compare it to. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the box. Put that back in the box. There's an original cable. Perfect. All right, now we got this bad boy. This is going to require a hammer. There's one of those little lockers on this. I'm so excited to be tearing this stuff apart, man. I'm loving this Super Hog project. I'm having a blast. I really am. I'm going to take a picture of this. By the time you're done rebuilding your bike, if you don't have 2,000 pictures, I don't know what to tell you. Bill, taking a ton of pictures and bag and tagging everything is imperative. I totally agree. Wondering if folks use a whiteboard, notebook, or other method to keep track of what you're doing during assembly. That's a great question. I've definitely gotten into the habit of keeping an Excel sheet of like needs, wants, and then purchases. So I've kind of gotten into that. So I can at least keep track of like how much you're putting into these. I always thought you could maybe rebuild them for like $2,000. And you probably could if you're not like kind of nitpicky. I'm a little nitpicky on stuff. You know, I like online shopping. I like buying stuff, you know. So here we go. Is this going to be a 14? Looks, yeah. So brake stays a 14. God, this is coming out like butter. I like a butter. Joe, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Getting to work on your CB. Awesome. So here you go. Locker. That goes up to the fender. So, you know, to Bill's point, you know, what's really, really important is to just get yourself some bags. And get yourself some tags. You know, it could be pieces of paper or whatever, but, you know, like this bolt, and that is going to go in here. And eventually, at one point, I'm going to end up grabbing this bag, and cleaning up these parts. Videos are a great idea, Joe, but I will say this, Joe. Videos are great, okay? Fantastic for getting the idea. But I have leaned so much more heavily on photos. Photos are still, you don't have to pause it. You don't have to like, photos you can zoom in on. You can, usually the quality's a lot better when you do zoom in on it. So I think I think photos in your own project are super, super important. I think the videos that I make are really helpful for people to get into the nitty-gritty, maybe see it for the first time, but photos are really, I think, where it's at. Photos are just more useful. You can zoom in on them. You don't have to like fast forward and pause, you know, and do all this stuff. So I think that's really, really, really important. All right, looking here. Bill, you're dead on rebuilding for $2K. I bought a CT90 for $200, put tons of hours, $1,800 in parts. Yeah, it's between $2,000 and $3,000 to rebuild a bike. It just depends how picky you get and what you want to deal with. I got my tags. I'm trying to find my tags right now. Give me 1 second while I go and find my tags. All right, I can't find my tags, but I found a notebook. The notebook's gonna be just fine. And then I just need a pen. Just need a pen. So what I'm gonna do is start getting real diligent about what I'm doing here. It just makes it so much easier when you start putting it all back together. All right, so this is gonna be front brake stay, front brake stay to hub. Boom. That tells me everything I need to know about that part. I'll just rip off that little piece of paper. I'll throw it in the bag. Little cheap bags. I'm gonna save you, man. The Apocalypse bike, and I've said this before on the stream, the Apocalypse bike took me probably a good month, maybe even 2 months longer, because I didn't stay organized. I got too many bikes, I got too many projects, I had too much stuff flying through here. That just ruined everything. Joe, the blue paint job looks slick, by the way. Thanks, dude. I am really, really pleased with that paint job. All right, here we've got a couple of felts. See if I can get you in here anymore. There we go, get you a little closer to the action. There's gonna be a little felt here that's a dust seal. Try to save these. You don't have to buy new ones, as I just drop it on the floor. They're gonna be fine. If you can preserve them, you're fine. There's gonna be another dust seal right here. Dental pick for the win. Just get in there, pull that up. There we go. And I can actually, let's see. I can actually put this one in here with this. Front brake stay. I'm gonna just drop these back in here. They're safe there with the front brake assembly. Feeling good about that. Okay, don't know, this is a little different. I haven't seen this before. I haven't seen this before with these big lockers here. So what's going on? Here are our brake pads. These are big buggers. Again, best way to pull these out is to do your own kind of pull and jerk. Hold one side. Oh wait, these are different. So these are mounted in with bolts. Look at that. So there is a pin that goes all the way through. And that's a big bugger. That's a 16. Might even be bigger than a 16. Yeah, it is. It's like an 18. Let's try that. I'll grab my 19 just in case. That's a big bugger. That is an 18. It's a 19-inch right inside here. What side is this? This can't be a 19 too. Yeah, that's smaller. I was gonna guess like a 16. There's my 16. No. Is it a 17? Yeah, it's a 17. Where the hell is my 17? Oh man. All right, we're digging into the socket bin here for a little bit. I don't know where the hell that wrench is. 17. Oh, there we go right there. It's in 3/4, but it'll work. 17. Ooh, that's tight. You almost need a wrench to get it. See, there's a little bit of a ridge built up on the inside portion here. I don't really see my 17-inch wrench. That'd be super useful right now. But that's a 19. Let's get those out of the way. Let's see if we can break that free. Pretty sure that's a 19. Might be an 18. What the hell is that? 19 didn't really fit that as nicely as I would like. In fact, it slips off of there. 19. I think I turned it though. Yeah, it's got to be an 8. It's got to be an 18. But it's not. Do you guys see what I'm going through here right now? How can that not? Why wouldn't that be metric? Maybe I have to attack it this way. It's weird that it's not a metric. Oh, not having my 17-inch wrench is could be my downfall on this. Let's move it over here. Let's get you up. Sorry, keeping you out of the danger here. A little pressure down. You don't want to strip stuff out. Oh, that's tough. It's tough. You need a 17. I know I have a 17. Where in the buggers is it? I know I got one. The other thing I could look, I don't think I have a 17. I wonder if my 17 is out in the garage. It could be out in the garage. I really want to get this hub apart though. There's not much I can do there without getting those out. It's just the socket won't fit over that, guys. You need a wrench. You need a wrench, and I don't have a 17. I cannot believe I don't have a 17 sitting here. Huh. Yeah, my pocket for my 17 is empty, so that means it's got to be outside. So I'm working on stuff all the time. A little bit of a roadblock there. Not the end of the world. Here are those huge things, but man, yeah, that's a little different having that plug in there. Jacko, good evening, Brian. And good evening, keep on wrenching, folks. Hope everybody's doing really well, yeah. Bill, need an impact. Yeah, well, I need the right tool. I just don't have my 17 right now. And I don't think an impact is going to help me on this. Like, let me show you what I'm talking about here. This nut is built into a ridge right here. And it's that socket width has got to be real narrow to get that in there. I think you need a wrench. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the stream. Go to keeponwrenching.com, request that free sticker. And also hit that donate button, man. Hit that donate button. Help keep saving these old bikes. That's what it's all about. Yeah, it's a 17. The 17 socket, it doesn't seat enough. I'm going to strip that out if I start fighting it. Like, if you got to fight too much, man. Jacko, you are perhaps on the edge of 17. Couldn't resist. That's funny. Yeah, man. I don't have a 17. How can I not have one? Like, it's not the most common thing that you would use. But I do not have one laying around here right now. I'm pretty organized. I mean, I could try and break that free with this little tool. Let's just see if I could turn it. Because if I could turn it once... I don't want to get too crazy here. All it needs is a little nudge. Try it again. Adjustable wrench is always kind of a last resort because I don't want to muck up the hardware. Yeah, that's not moving. You need the right wrench for that. So I'm smart enough to know when to give up and when to stop and when to come back. I think that's it. I think that's it. Jacko, it's okay. You never have to freaking apologize for sharing music, quotes, or lyrics in songs. We're going to polish the hell out of this, guys. You know what this is going to look like. This is going to look brand new. This is going to look brand new when it's done. I just got to get the right wrenches for that. I'll go ahead and lay that all kind of on top of each other so I know where it's at. Let's dive back into the box. All right. Here's our triple top. Right there. This is going to be perfect. This is going to be polished freaking aluminum, baby. This is going to shine. I'm not even worried about that. I'm not fretting about that in any way. I know that that's going to look freaking beautiful. David Ellis is in. Yeah, the ridge is challenging, dude. So I did find, so here's one of the coils. Here's the coil on the CB77. You know, how do I get in front of the camera, right, so you guys can see? Long cylindrical single outlet. All right. Found them 4-into-1. Actually had some that were in the same shape that I can use the same bracket on. So I'm excited about that. The only thing I really need to save here is this bracket. For now, I'm just going to keep this where it needs to be. I'm going to keep it here because it'll be a reference once I start working on that. All right, inside here. See, again, I did a really nice job of labeling everything. This is like the key. This is the key to everything, especially if you're not super familiar with stuff. But here it says battery box cushion. And there is all the hardware for that battery box, all in a bag. We'll be good. Just looking for something to clean up. Here's something that we could start dealing with. Here is, so this kind of goes in, holds the gas tank and the seat together. I'm going to pull this apart. I'm actually going to get this rubber piece. Okay, take that out, put the hardware back. So this should actually, this is painted black, but I'm almost wondering if this should be sandblasted and painted blue. But it probably was black originally. I'm going to have to do some research on this because if it wasn't originally black, it would have been painted over with that burgundy paint. So I'm wondering if that is actually just that. But this needs to be cleaned and treated. And, you know, brake fluid. Brake fluid's like the best thing to use on that from what I've seen. It really does breathe some new life into things. So let's see if this bag is big enough. Yeah, bag is big enough. Let me get you back a little bit. Working too close. So take a little brake fluid, all right, in a bag. Take it. Dump a little bit of that in there. Don't need a lot, just enough. Okay. And get the air out of the bag as best you can. Seal the bag up. And just kind of rotate this around and let that brake fluid kind of become one with the piece just a little bit. And throw her on the shelf. There you go. And you can see I've already kind of started rubber restoration here. Last week, I think, this is where we did the side covers, or the knee pads. Knee pads are in a Ziploc bag with just a little bit of brake fluid. They can sit there. It ain't gonna hurt them none. I'm just gonna start accumulating some of these rubber parts over here. It ain't gonna hurt them none. Just let them sit. So yeah, a little brake fluid is gonna help you there. You can save a lot of money because each of those seals are freaking, you know, money. It's all money at a certain point. All right, over here, here's one of my controls. Dinged up a little bit. Look at that scratch. Scratchy scratch in there. What are you talking about, Tula? You sure it's not a pin? That is definitely a bolt in that front hub, if that's what you're talking about. there's a nut on the other side. So there is really the only thing on this is a button. And I believe it is the starter button. There's a little graphic on it. Yeah, it would have to, I think it's just the starter button because there's no kill switch or anything on this bike. I think that's just the start. Yeah, there's like a little engine icon on that. So this is the starter button, yellow red wire. Jacko, wintergreen oil and alcohol is amazing. I gotta try that, man. I gotta get some wintergreen oil. So we got bars. So wait, oh, yep, yeah, totally. This is a right hand handle, because here's where your throttle cable goes into. I got new grips on the way. These are not the correct grips, which makes total sense. And look at this, there's like a tape job on this. So I'm wondering if this is even the correct switch now. I'm gonna have to go dive deep into the archives now. I'll make sure you guys got a good light on this. I'm not sure that is the right switch. It would make sense because it had CL bars on it, which weren't right. I bet when that brother went and smashed that motorcycle into the side of the garage, the bars got bent, and they had to switch the bars. David, used my shake and bake baby powder in a bag trick to cover my tubes this weekend before install. Worked well. Hopefully it cut down on the mess. Hopefully. So here's the other. So here's the other coil. Here's the bracket. And I was able to find these replacement coils on 4-into-1. So they were there. If you need them, they're on 4-into-1. Go get them. I'm looking forward to seeing those. Nice modern stuff. Don't want to step on my microphone. What else we got in here? Oh boy. Oh, we got a mess. Carburetors, and they don't look bad. These carburetors don't look bad at all. Somebody was smart back in the day. They took the air boxes off. And they put a little duct tape. Not a fan of the duct tape on there, but, you know, it was on the engine, so it's good it kept stuff out of there. That's great. But these actually look pretty clean. This linkage is going to be something to behold. That, was that the choke? Yeah, it must be the choke. Oh, I want my bag. But yeah, there we go. That goes into there. This cable actually doesn't look bad at all. Let's see if we can get this apart. You can just take this top off. See if this carburetor's free. It's a little seized. Carburetor is seized, but let's see if we can pull that out. We'll get a little deep creep in on this action here. These can seize up, a little bit of old gas. What I don't want to do is just force anything. I just want everything to come along when it's ready. That cable is definitely holding me up. There's a little bit of a screw here. Yeah, Bill, I got an ultrasonic. That's exactly where they're going to go. These look really good. This one slide seems to be stuck. That is some dry... Oh, God. Is your light good? I feel like your light isn't good. I'm going to move you over to this other side where I think the light's better. That's old duct tape. That is 80s duct tape. That is 80s duct tape. Old, dry, brittle goodness right there. Move this over. Move all my tools. Get my actuator and my spring. I'll put my spring in that bag with the other parts as well. It's just all front hub stuff. I love this part. I mean, it's kind of daunting too, I'm not gonna lie. There's a ton of work. The fun work is done, like painting the frame and, you know, all that stuff is all fun, but we're gonna be getting into some real world work here. So here you can see the slide inside there. It is seized up. Don't want to muck up these carbs, so I want to be patient. I want to be patient. I gave it a nice tug and it didn't go anywhere. So I'm going to grab deep creep or penetrating oil and get that in there from the bottom side now that I can see it. So you can see the slide down there. I'm going to hit that. I like how it has this little adjuster on it. I hit that from both sides, then try to keep it vertical for a little bit. See if we can get that to kind of work itself free. It might be a couple days from now, you know, just be patient. Like everything we're doing here, it's not a race. You know, none of this is a race. Just take your time. I'm gonna go ahead and put that together. So I've hit that with penetrating oil. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Just walk away, just walk away. If something's fighting you, walk away, fight another day. Because on that other day, everything's gonna freaking go like glass. So like the other day, I came down and I hit the pistons on the cylinder head. I hit them with some penetrating oil and I heated it for like 5-10 minutes with my propane torch. And I walked away. And like 3 hours later, I was kind of sitting there and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go and try and knock this thing loose. You know what? It went. The universe kind of told me it was time. Okay, so this one should be free. Yeah, this one's free. It's grungy, but it's free. Carb kits are on the way. Carb kits are on the way for this as well. So that's good. I'll leave this all together till I'm ready to tear it all apart again. But that slide is free. I'm going to have to worry about that other one just a little bit. Not worry about it, but take my time. So there's those carbs. Let's put that back together. Yeah, I'm going to just be patient with this. I'm going to hit this a little bit more right here. Get in there, penetrating oil. I'm set this up on its head. See if we can get some of that going through there. What else we got? It's all the little bits, man. It's all the little bits that we got to be dealing with. So here's the other switch. This does not feel like the right set of switches to me. There's your horn. I think that's high beam, low beam. This bike did not have signals on it, believe it or not. Huh. There's no indicator. I don't think, these just don't feel like the right vintage of switches. I don't think those are the right switches for this bike. I'm going to have to do a deep dive. Start really looking into stuff. Here's the horn. Oh, sorry. Horn. We know that's broke. This will all have to get blasted and painted. Or not painted, actually. This is just raw aluminum, so I'll polish the hell out of that. That'll look good. Exhaust collars. Hanging out right here. If you're enjoying the stream, don't forget, hit that thumbs up button. Hit up keeponwrenching.com, request that free sticker. Look at this, old receipt. I love stuff like this. An old receipt, what is it for? Element cleaner. I think it's an air filter. Freaking cool. Ed Kidder just subscribed to the channel. Thanks so much, Ed. We're on our road to 10,000. You're part of that journey. Ed, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I mean, honest, good fun with vintage motorcycles. Live learning, figuring all this stuff out. You know, I'm telling you, like, just going through and labeling everything through disassembly is making this all so much easier. Here's one thing I'd like to get to. Here's the front Speedo. I'd like to get this out if I could. That would be nice to get out. I tried earlier. No bueno. Wasn't really doing it. This is mostly nuts and bolts in this box. I think the next box will be a little bit more interesting. But I do want to, and like notice like how in this box, this part is put together with all the parts in the order that they go right back on. So I've got my reference right here. Jacko, I agree with David C. Baby powder sprinkler everywhere really makes tube installs a lot easier. Good tip. Yeah, the baby powder is a no-brainer. Ultrasonic, David C. Oh, okay. I love these inside conversations. I gotta read. I gotta get to the computer and read. Struggle getting the stems into the rim hole. That is really hard, actually. Got a little tool on Amazon that you screw into the stem, pull it through with a wire. Oh, kind of like installing a hitch. Yeah, kind of like installing a hitch where they have those wires that you pull through. Jacko, yeah, I'm kind of in your camp, Jacko. Normally bugger up my hands. Normally bugger up my hands till they hurt and use tire levers very sparingly. Yeah, dude. Oh, it's a killer on the hands. Yeah. Yeah, air filter, totally agree. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Okay, so this is a knurled edge. I'm going to be buying a new cable, but I don't think this cable comes with this particular plug. So I want to, let's take a careful look here. There's a seal here. Seal doesn't look bad. I mean, this is Speedo gear. It's not over dramatize anything. Looks like it is a right hand. Yeah, so we should be able to get this off carefully with a little bit of due diligence here. Because I don't want to mar up parts. I want to save as many original parts as I possibly can. So I'm just going to hit this a little bit. Just heat up. I just want to heat up. Turn this down just a little bit. I just want to heat up this. I want to heat up the knob. Not a crazy amount. There's a little bit of oil there. It's going to burn off. Don't worry. Got it under control, everybody. I know there's a towel right there. It's fine. I've got low heat. I just want to heat the knob just a little bit. Pat, reading my mind, bro. Reading my mind. There's a little bit of oil on that. You can see the oil kind of lighten up. It's all good stuff. There might be a seal in there, which I don't want to melt. So I just want to heat that up just a little bit. And I'm going to grab a rag. Okay. And let's get this adjusted a little bit bigger. Let's wrap our rag around here. Do another couple turns. Grab this. Got it. Bada bing, bada boom. I think that's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, that's just what I was thinking. I didn't want to get carried away with heat, because right there you can see there's a little seal here. I don't want to replace that. I don't need to replace that. It's going to be fine. I mean, if the kit comes with one, I'll put one in, but that's it. Little bit of heat, just a little bit of heat. I think I need to save these parts because I don't think that these are coming back with a new cable. So here's my front brake cable. Yeah, the rubber is definitely, you know, done for. I just don't want to lose that little seal. See that little seal in there. That's what I was kind of worried about. I didn't want to melt anything. So kind of, you know, chill on the heat. You know, chill on the heat just a little bit. It'd be okay. I don't know if these bags are going to be strong enough to hold this part, but I'm going to try get the tip in there until I can find something a little bit more adequate. Slide that in there, and there you can see that seal popped out right there, and it's in my bag. There we go, front brake cable. I'm going to go ahead and grab my notebook. Write that down. Front brake cable. Some people might think this is a little bit excessive to like do this, but this is the first time I've ever worked on one of these bikes. You know, so I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna work through things kind of one at a time. Front brake cable. That little seal, man, that little seal probably cost you 15 bucks. That little seal will cost you like 15 bucks, guaranteed. All right, so that was kind of my main goal. There's one, okay, here's another cable. This looks like clutch cable on this. Yeah, that slides into there. So there's my clutch cable. Let's wrap this up. Again, don't throw your stuff away till you got new parts, and always compare your new parts to the old parts. Really reputable companies that I've bought parts from for a few years now, a couple years now, let's not exaggerate. It's not always right, man. So let's get our cables figured out. I didn't order cables the other day because I wanted to kind of compare stuff. Here is that Speedo. What sold for $15,750? Certainly wasn't my 1972 CB3 or CL350. So there's our Speedo gear. This is going to shine up like a mirror. I don't see any other parts there. So onto the shelf. I think this is all pretty much just bags of parts. So I think this one's going to be the more fun one to go through. Let me pick it up. Oh, come here, buddy. Oh, we're friends, right? That's a heavy one. There's some parts here, buddy. There's some parts over here. All right. So here's our rear brake hub. I'm going to grab this other camera so I can kind of toggle instead of moving the cameras around. I'm going to move this one to the work area on this side. Bear with me. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. That'll work. Live, dude. We're live. There ain't no editing going on here. Boom, boom. All right. No editing on the live streams, man. We're just going for it. That's all there is to it. All right, let's take a look at what we got in the box. Pop over here. Do this. And then I can go like that. Yeah, all the cameras are working. How about that? So here we go. Same scenario on this hub. I got to find that 17. I was curious, though, to see Yep, front and back on this have the same sized pads. Woo! I ordered the rat parts. Took a little guess on that, but yeah, totally right. They both look like the big hubs on this. And they are. Front and back pads on these are exactly the same. There is another control arm here. So a little bit different brake configuration going on. So what that tells me is that I actually need to take my front brake assembly and make sure that I keep this all together, because there's actually two assemblies here. The CB350s that I've worked on, of course, they don't have a hinge like that. So boom, in a bag that all goes with the front brake. I know that that's the front brake lever, so you can't screw it up. All right, here's a couple 10 mils. Pet roosters in. Naps, I'm a huge advocate of naps, man. A little 20-minute nap. If you can actually close your eyes and get a little 20-minute nap, game changer, man. Can extend like your active hours by double. Maybe not double, but a lot. You can get a lot done. $15,000. Wow. All right, so this first one's coming out. I'm going to set that down, keep this all organized. Again, whenever you can, put the damn bolt back. Put the bolt back. Where you got it from? Sold on August 17th. 69 CB77 sold on Bring a Trailer. 15,000. Do one right and retire? Wait, is that 15,000 or 150,000? 15. You can't retire on 15,000. Can you? Is my perspective completely wrong on the world? But I don't think you can retire on 15,000. Like, look at how nice this comes apart. It's just like butter. You just touch it and it comes apart. It's like I'm not fighting anything. Everything is just like, all right, I'm ready. Let's go to the ball. Except this one. This one's fighting me now. See, got a little ahead of myself. There we go. Get that. Now we can get this. Let's give that a little spray. A little bit, man. Penetrating oil makes a huge difference, man. Makes a huge difference in everything we're trying to do here. I'm gonna go ahead while I'm waiting. I'm gonna go ahead and put this bolt back in. 50-minute nap? Yeah, that's okay. Nothing wrong with a 50-minute nap. Let's get this spring off of there. That could be holding me up. Oh, you making me a liar? You saying don't be so confident? I can throw some curveballs at you too, bruh. Is that what you're saying? There we go, gotcha. Yeah, you just like to be talked to a little bit. There we go, there's that rear arm right here. It's like that, and there is a spring, and that is a perfect opportunity to take a picture. Let's take a picture. Rear. Get in there, see the orientation. Again, I think photos are a little bit more valuable. All right, so we're gonna take our spring, pull that off. We got a photo, and grab my dental pick. And there are gonna be 2 seals in here again. Let's grab those seals. These are little felt seals. Try not to break them. You don't wanna buy new ones. It's unnecessary. In my opinion. I'm sure others have opinions. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button on the channel if you haven't done that yet. That is one of the best ways you can help me right now. And also go to keeponwrenching.com and get yourself that damn free sticker. I mailed out a bunch of stickers this week. So if you requested one in the last month or so, you will be seeing your sticker in the mail very, very soon. All right, so this is going to be another bag. This is going to be rear brake drum. Make a tag. There's my tag. Where's my bag? Here's my bag. All right, that's it. Yeah, I got to find the right tools. I don't want to be wrecking these. So I got my 2 seals. Those go in. Got my spring. Got my handle with the bolts on it. Let me put the heavy end down. Come on. Get in there. I don't want to go in the bag. Come on. Go in there. You're going to come out. You're going to look so beautiful. Just wait till you get your spa treatment in Evaporest. You're going to look incredible. You're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy. All right, so seals are out. That's done, 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 done. Can't do anything really more on that until I get that going on. Jacko, you got your sticker today? Awesome, dude. Yeah, David Ellis, I'd say you're being a little too optimistic. Faux show. Front, rear, pretty straightforward. All right, let's keep going. We've got the tools we're gonna need here, and we can bounce back to the box. Ooh, I like this camera setup. So here was the big win, guys. So, oh, let me reveal, I'll reveal this properly. All right, so here's the ignition, okay? Remember, ignition, no key. Just remember, every ignition has a little number on the bottom. Okay, this one is like T16, blah, blah, blah. I found a locksmith, if you're in Michigan, in Plymouth, okay? Plymouth, there is a locksmith that'll help you out, man. Let me see, God, do I have the goods from this guy? Yes. You know what, I'll just recommend this guy. This was the coolest thing ever. Plymouth, Michigan, Town Locksmith, Inc. I called at least 10 people. I called at least 10 different companies asking them, hey, I restore old motorcycles. I don't have a key for an ignition. Can you make me a key? This is the only guy that did it. This Town Locksmith, Inc., Plymouth, Michigan. Don't know if he does mail-in, doesn't know what's going, like, light him up. But he worked his magic. I was in his store for less than 7 minutes. And I had to buy the blanks. Okay, so I found the blank keys, the T1 key, I believe it was. Found blanks on eBay, okay? And brought him the blanks, brought him this. He looked it up on his computer. And once you know, look at this. I got a key for the ignition. 19 bucks to get the keys. So $19 for 2 keys. And the blanks on eBay costed me about 20 bucks. But this is the original ignition on this bike. And I got a set of keys. So you know, if you're looking for somebody, if you're struggling to find somebody, how can I get this to focus? There we go, Town Locksmith. Give him a call, little shout out, not a sponsorship, not in any way, but he's the only guy who would do it. And he had a computer system that he looked the key up on, and he keyed it in minutes. I thought it was going to be an ordeal where I would have to go back and, you know, go back in a couple weeks, but no. Incredible. I just brought him the ignition, showed him the ignition, was like, hey, that's what I'm doing. He made that key for me. Huge win, man. Really, really awesome. I'm so thankful to him. He even could tell my excitement when I was there, because when the lock turned, I like gasped just a little bit, and I was like, and he's like, you didn't think that was gonna work, did you? I was like, I have my doubts. He's like, ha 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 ha. You know, he's a pro. That's what he does, right? Secretly want to polish this side cover because this is going to give us a really good indication of where we're going to be. So, yeah, there it is right there. I mean, this is going to shine. It's going to be beautiful. You can see that there was no black inlay paint on this, so I'm going to pay attention to little details like that. There's a couple of knobs. These are for the air filters. These are there. These are dulled out. I think what I'm going to do is actually just put these in brake fluid too and just see if that impacts a little bit more hard stuff. Here's that side cover here. These were painted. I know, oh my God. Pet Rooster, if you're here. You're going to make me eat crow a little bit because these actually did come painted. And when they are painted, I do have to exist. They do match like the side covers and the fenders, and they make the bike look really slick. So I don't know if I'm going to polish these or just clean these up and get them ready to repaint. I don't know. Jason's Garage, polish the old Honda. Yeah, but they were painted, and the guy that I'm working on this for is kind of wanted it to go back original, right? There's a seal. I ordered a seal kit, so I'll be able to replace that seal. I just look at this, and it's like so much work. All right, grounding cable. So look at this. This is how specific I got in doing this. Left rear top engine bolt is where the ground cable goes. So like I have no doubt, like I know exactly where I pulled that off of. Here's the light. This should get evapor-rusted, painted. So this is I'm glad I actually looked at this because this needs to go in the pile for the silver Honda Cloud paint, which I got. Check this out. Cloud Silver. Honda. Power Equipment Touch-Up Paint. Focus. Cloud Silver. The right paint for the right job, right? So take a look here. That's the Cloud Silver. That is the same paint, the same paint code. I spent quite a bit of time like researching that, trying to make sure that I got that right. And I was super happy to see that Honda actually still makes that paint. So I got enough to do the bike and get everything done. But this little bit here actually is going to need to be painted. I can see the paint on it. So let me grab my JIS screwdriver and let's just see if we can get this rear headlight out. Looks like it's a flat JIS, Japanese Industrial Standard. That turned. Oh, can you hear that little squeak? That was fun. That was cute, actually. That one's coming out. Get my bag handy here. So there's one, and there's two. All right. So that lens is going to lift. It's a two-parter. It's a two-parter here. So that's going to get painted. Set that down. And then the wires are going to come through. So I'm going to take a picture of this, actually, before I get too carried away. Love taking pictures. Photo. And just let me take one of the backing plate, the lens, just like that. That'll be enough. That'll be enough proof of origin. Do I have to use etching primer? On the motor, I'm probably going to end up using, or on those engine side covers, I'll probably end up using this aluminum VHT engine paint, but I need to do some testing. Oh, I love that when it says like, made in Japan, boom. I wish these had a little bit faster focus. Honda XL 175. Anybody know? So it looks like... Ooh, there's 2 little rubber seals on here. Okay, that's going to be another photo op. It's going to take that. I want to reuse and do everything I can to do this right. So I'm going to take that off. Will this one come off as easy? Oh yeah, look at that. Those 2 little buggers came right off of there. These are going to get painted. So these actually go into my cloud silver pile. And these 2 little little rubber washers and the headlight assembly are going to find their way, or the rear light assembly, excuse me, are going to find their way into their own little bag. All right. And those 2 screws. So we got 1, 2 seals into the bag. We got our 2 screws. Those are going into the bag. And we'll take our light, put that into the bag. I'm going to try and reuse the original wiring on this because overall it all looks pretty good. I'll clean the connectors and stuff, and also like a new wiring harness for this. I've only seen it in bits and pieces and bits and parts, and it's not cheap. So if there's nothing like dramatically wrong with your bike, CB77, I wouldn't worry about it. Aiden, I'm sorry, it doesn't look like anybody knows anything about an XL 175. It's for the customer. It's not really a customer, Pet Rooster. It's family, is what it is. It's family. It's a family adventure. What do you think I should do? What's the best way to like refurb these? Anybody have any experience? These are like the hard plastic knobs. They probably just need to be cleaned with a little bit of plastic cleaner maybe. I don't know. I'll show you the monstrosity of the badges. I did try to make the video. Who was it that recommended using the citrus strip? Everybody was recommending the citrus strip last week. So I went and tried some. Let me find the citrus strip. So I did go buy some. What the hell did I do with that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll show you what happened with that. All right, forks. I got new fork seals coming on these. So the thing I'm most worried about are these chrome collars. And looking at them right now, they don't look too bad. I think I'm going to be able to clean that one up. Let's take a look at the other one. Fork looks fine. This one's a little bit worse. These are really tricky to get off. I'm not sure if I even still know the trick to get those off, but I want to be real careful with those. All right, here's some more stuff. Upper, lower shock nuts. Being thorough. Being freaking thorough. Toolbox. Yeah, being thorough matters. Nuances matter, man. Like, here's one random nut. I did a bolt. I was just like, what is this? Kickstart bolt. I just tied a tag on it, being like, hey, don't forget about that. Not me. I went smart ass with a sandblaster suggestion. I saw that. I could tell you were being crazy. Tula Tom, they're hard to get off. Damn hard. They are. I'm gonna do some research before I go diving into that because I don't want to wreck them. They're not cheap either. They're very hard to find. Here's the rear brake stay. So I'll get cleaned. Aiden, I need help with an oil leak. I've tried all I can think of. I made a post on the Keep On Wrenching Facebook page. Okay, we might have to review that. We got to review that. See what's going on. All right, electrical components. Electrical. So the rectifier is hardwired in, well, it's not, I guess there's a couple screws there, into the main harness. And that's all there is to this harness. The harness is so simple. Here's the starter solenoid, which rarely I've seen those go bad. And here's that rear brake. All right, let's get into that. Just getting all the parts kind of laid out. Start seeing what's in front of me. Okay, here's our rear back. There's two little spacers on it. Adjusters, they look straight as well. Tula, send me the video. It's an unobtainable item. That is what I've noticed, and that is what is causing me so much fear. So I don't want to mess those up. All right, did I order? I don't remember if I ordered these. I don't think I did yet. I think I took them out of the cart. But new rubbers, because I was like, oh, I don't remember the condition of the rubbers on these. Well, they're pretty much junk, so I should actually go and order those. There are all our pegs. These are going to get all blasted. Oop, let me get that bolt. These are going to get all blasted. Here's that rear brake pedal. Like, the rear brake pedal on these is really complex, man. So how can I give you a look at this? It's all integrated into the rear peg with your switch right here. And then here's the cable. There's actually a cable on it, not just a bar, which they changed later on. So it all is tied right into here. This is a complex little piece of equipment right here. You got switches, you got cables, all integrated into one thing. Woof. That's all got to get cleaned. Okay, so here's my pegs. Peg 1, peg 2. Here's a peg. And my shifter. And that's pretty much what's left here. And then, here's a cover for that with the bolts in it. That goes on the engine. I'll put that in the engine box. Should have ordered the pegs. I did keep, which I love, I did keep all of the different wire holders. Pat Richard, it's hard to pinpoint from the pictures. So I guess my question would be, is it an excessive amount of oil? Or is it like a drip of oil here and there? There's the breather tube. I kept this because this is a little different. I'm probably going to need to save this Y connector here and do the tube. I've seen the hose for sale. Just looking for any other bits. The only mystery piece in this box is this round rubber right here. It's a little cushion. Not sure what that is. Not sure what it is, so I'll put that in the I'm not sure what the hell that is kind of category. I think for tonight, what I'm kind of feeling right now is to dive into these forks. I looked at some diagrams, and I feel like it's totally doable. I'm going to show you this, too, while I'm at it. Here we go. And I've got videos in the works on this, but here are the badges, the engine badges, or the gas tank badges, right here. So I used that citrus strip. There, I see it. I can show you. I bought some. Boom, citrus strip, bought some. Works great, okay? Shale, welcome to the stream. Works great, okay? But there is a clear coat on these badges that is absolutely miserable to get off. And I've tried 24-hour soaks. If I can get this clear coat off of here, the badges are going to be fine. It did an amazing job of pulling this apart, of getting this terrible, terrible, terrible burgundy paint off. But it also ate into the clear coat on the badge. And it's really, really tough to get. It's thick too. It's like a millimeter or two thick, especially in the middle of the crown here. I've gotten it really clean up to one point to where I can see that there's plastic underneath. But yikes, man. Yeah, this stuff stripped that old paint off really well, but it ate into this old clear coat on this badge. If I take 10 hours, I can clean this up. But I don't want to take 10 hours. There's got to be a better way to do that. So just be warned on that. Yeah, it took off the 2-3 layers of paint that were on there, but it really fogged up, etched up the clear coat on the badge. I need to make I need to complete the video. I got a little discouraged. I was like filming it. I thought it was going to work. Well, sanding the clear coat and then getting it clear, but it has to be microscopically perfect to not mess up that paint underneath there. And you can totally see it will come off. It will come off, okay? But it needs to be softened. Like right here, I'm like pulling it off with my finger here just a little bit. That clear coat will come off. But it's going to be hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of getting that off. Shale, what video are you talking about? Thank you, Tula, for sending the video on this damn chrome thing over here. It's going to be a bugger. So, yeah, Citrus Strip works really, really good, but I'm not sure on these badges because this created a monster, to be quite honest. Solvent, methyl ethyl ketone. Use a rag to control the removal. Yeah, I don't even know. I'll look into that, but I will say it was a little bit discouraging because I thought, like, dude, when the paint, like, I just wiped the paint off like it was nobody's business. It was absolutely incredible. So I got to get these covers off in order to service these forks. God, is that something I want to try and do on live stream and make a video about? Not really. I feel like I'd be setting myself up for failure on that one. These forks look really good, though. No problems at all with any of this. Feeling good. MEK is nasty stuff. Tula Tom, wear a respirator if you're using MEK. If you fine sand it, it would be like a cut and buff, and a finished polished paint could save the clear. Yeah. Yeah. I hear you, man. But it's really thick, Pet Rooster. It's thick, man. It's really thick. Let me see if I can set up a camera here so you can see what I'm talking about. Ah, it's as low as I can go. You kidding me? How low can you go? You ever listen to Fun Loving Criminals? I used to love Fun Loving Criminals. Actually, I still do love Fun Loving Criminals. But they had this one song. It was like, how low can you go? That was really good. All right. Move this tire out of the way. Kind of feeling like maybe I hit these rims because I really don't want to mess up these forks. Because to Tula's point, they are impossible to find. So, this is the predicament, quite honestly. And I can use the... Oh, let me go over here so you can see. God, I gotta get this lighting situation. Any of you lighting experts? How the hell do we get this to work? There we go. Here we go. It's really tough, but you can get it. And it comes off, and once you get it off, it's like here, it's like a... It's like a polyurethane almost on that. Oh, like here's like a really nice chunk. I hope you can see this. So I got it started right here. And all the paint is underneath, so you're not going to fight it. But like, look at that flake. Removing the chrome shrouds is not a stream-friendly process. Noted, dude. Thanks. Almost like getting this polyurethane off of these covers. So I covered this in the citrus strip for 24 hours. And it softened it, but it didn't get rid of it. But here's the kind of stuff that you start pulling off of it. You know, it's just these big flakes of poly. And you got to just kind of get into it. Like here, I'm getting another piece off of it. This is a plastic razor blade. There's another huge chunk. It's just like this clear coat on it. And it does come off, but oh my goodness, this is gonna take an effort. Now, if you want to buy a new badge, which I don't want to do, I'd like to restore the originals. I wish somebody would have freaking painted over them. You can, they're like $50, easy for a reproduction. Don't even think about finding a, don't even think about finding an original. The originals are just ridiculous. But you can see as you get underneath here, it is smooth, and you could clean it. And to BT's point, or Pet Rooster, sorry, Pet Rooster's point, you could fine sand that and get it really nice later on. But this is the process from here, is trying to work this garbage off of the top of it. It's brutal. It's brutal. This is a brutal process. Like you can just see like the mess I'm making here. It's like, it's almost like fingernail material almost coming off of here. Aiden, yeah, post some more pictures. Or always just like post a little video of you like talking. It's like here I got a really nice edge. It's starting to come off. I can like see that wing underneath there just perfect. But man, getting this stuff off, here it is. Here's this whole exercise. See that like flaking off of there? Yeah, but it doesn't pull, Pat. It doesn't pull off. It just comes off in chunks. And I'm trying. I wasted like 2 hours listening during the Vikings game the other week. Trying. This was like my project in between literally waiting for paint to dry. God, I wish you were here to see this, because this is like a millimeter thick of clear coat over the top of this. Painting the black on this is not going to be hard. I can just make this emblem look brand new by getting this black off the back, and then it'll pop. But it's trapped underneath this whole clear coat that was it was really disturbed, I think, by the citrus strip. Or like I let it go too far. It could have been my fault. I'm like, whatever. Citrus strip did its job. It said, I'm going to get paint off the stuff. Well, it definitely did that. But there you go. There's another little piece. One little piece at a time. I got patience. You know, I think I'm a pretty patient person. But I ain't got that kind of patience in me. Here, Pet Rooster still saying. What's he saying? What is he saying? Oh, no, Pat, sand it. Start at 100, work up to 2,000. Do you think that's going to do it? I'm not going to scratch up that main plastic underneath there? That's what I'm most worried about. That is what I'm most worried about. So I got a 600, I got 1,000. I got 100. I got a 400, 600. We might be freaking doing this tonight. I don't know. I like want to save these things. Alcohol. I could try some alcohol. I have some alcohol on the table over here. 1,000. I should have some like more softer stuff too. 400. Oh yeah, there's a whole. Oh yeah, here's all the good stuff down there. So this will get me started. Let's try it, man, because I don't know what else are we gonna do, right? So there it is. Get you down, get you a good angle. Make sure you got some good light. I'm gonna make sure you got good light on the subject. All right. So you're saying just kind of go for it with a 100, huh? Go, Pack, go. Pack's looking okay. Bikes are up and coming. Don't worry about it. Bike's gonna be all right. I'm just gonna try, let me just try like one edge of it. Dude, this is gonna take forever. Aiden posted a photo. Go check out the Keep On Wrenching community group on Facebook. Yeah, that's gonna take a really long time. It's really thick, you guys. I don't know if you understand like how thick this is. Like it's not. I hear you, Pat. I feel like I gotta get it off. You know what? We're gonna be on stream for a little while. So let's soften it. Let's soften this with a little bit of citrus strip. Okay. And they say to use a freaking brush. Freaking instructions. But I'm just going to put the citrus strip on here because it did help soften up that just a little bit. And it made it a little bit easier to deal with. You're supposed to leave it on there for like 30 minutes. No, Pat, I do not have a tabletop sander like that. But I'm seeing the benefit of having one. Trust me. All right, I'm just going to lay that down there. And let it sit for a while. All right, so we're at 2 hours. 2 hours exactly on the live stream. In 2 hours and 30 minutes, we're going to come back, see what happens with that, and go from there. I should probably move this to a safe spot to just rest. So I'm going to take that and just kind of put it over here. We'll come back. Don't let me forget. In the chat, please don't let me forget to come back and revisit that. We got a nice thick dose of it on there. So I got to figure out these damn chrome things. Ugh, let's get these out of here. Oh. Oh. I think I'm actually going to paint those sanctions blue. Just like the originals. I was going to polish those out, but those are blue. So I think I'm going to stick with blue. I'm going to try to bring it back to original as best as I can. All right. If we're going to work, we're going to work. So let's get to freaking work. And get this other camera up in here. We'll go like that. Let's take an investigatory look. Is that even a word? I don't know. Investigatory. Yep, Pat, totally. If I'm going to leave it overnight, I would put saran wrap on it, but I want to revisit it tonight. And then if I still don't have progress, I'll put saran wrap over it and we'll deal with it then. All right, here it looks like we've got little locking pins. Oops, sorry, I hit the wrong camera here. Oh, I nuked my camera. Hold up. Hold up, I nuked my camera. I gotta just reset it here real quick. Do. Yeah, I just gotta reset it. Give me 1 second. Sometimes if I jostle things around too much, everything falls apart and it doesn't want to work anymore. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want right here. It looks like there's little pins inside this hub right there. Pet rooster. Can I get a close-up of the blue frame? Wow. Yeah. For $19.99, you can get a free close-up of that frame for sure. Firing off that Jack Bauer emote. Love it. All right, let me pull this over. Here's the blue frame, buddy. Oh, let's pick it up, put it on the table. There's the blue frame. Let me get you a camera here. Thanks so much for supporting the channel, man. You've been amazing. Coming in with the $19.99 super chat. Thanks for the support. Let's give you a good close-up of the frame. I think the look is the best over here. I saved the original sticker, all right, just because I'm goofy like that. But here's that frame, buddy. Close-up of that frame. Just a moment of silence for this beauty. I did myself one better on this. I just feel like I just constantly keep getting a little bit better and better at what I'm doing. Used the right products. Saved the plate. Yeah, it's pretty juicy. You can see the tank back there on the shelf a little bit. Can you see that? It's like right there, the tank. You can see we're pretty close. It's a little bit lighter, but it depends on what kind of light you're in. It won't let you donate $24.99 anymore. That sucks. Yeah, man, I'm super excited, man. Like there ain't no fudge in any of this. This came out beautiful. Aiden, this is for the 1967 CB77 Super Hawk. Yep. This came out beautiful, and it's bulletproof. It's going to be bomb-proof. This is going to last for decades. Like, I have no doubt. I'm not sure if, like, the frames that are painted with, like, VHT and stuff are going to be around in 10 years. This one will be. I mean, this was top of the line kind of stuff. I used the best stuff I could on this, man. I'm feeling real good about it. Real good. Ooh, blue. Hey, funny you should ask, buddy. Need a little bit more paint, so I ordered some more paint, and I can show you exactly what paint this was. I believe this is who this is from. Yep. So I had to order a couple cans of it. Shale, your sticker's on the way, by the way. I saw it go into the mail. There is the blue. And it is HUD spray. Paint code is PB5 Electric Blue Pearl. I don't really notice a huge pearl in it. There's a little bit of a pearl in it, but not really. But that PB5 number is what matched the paint code for Honda. And I dug quite a bit on the forums, man, trying to figure this one out. And this paint was the closest I could come. It comes with a couple different nozzles as well, depending on how you're painting. So it's PB5 Electric Blue Pearl. And I got it from Repaint, I think it was. RE Paint. Good stuff, goes a long ways. I forgot that I needed paint for the tank. So I had to order a couple more cans of that. But other than that, no big deal. But that's the paint, buddy. Thanks again for the support. Chris Stone. Tell me what I did. Okay. All right, let me adjust here. And let me get the products, because I have all the products here that I used on this. First and foremost, the first thing. All right. Oh my God. We could do something really crazy here. We could do like a live freaking video. Let's see how good I am. Let's see how good I am here. All right, we've got epoxy primer, blue. Here's the products. And this is the clear glamour. So that was the process. Let's see what this camera looks like. Let's do this. Hey everybody, at BV Matson here, and I want to tell everybody how to paint a frame, or at least how I painted a frame to look freaking fabulous. Look at this thing, it looks amazing. All right, so here's what I did. So here's the products. Let me adjust the camera. Sorry, I'm having fun tonight. I'm allowed to have fun, right? I'm allowed to have a good time on my own live stream. All right, so the order of operations went like this. Okay, so first things first, on the frame, sandblast. Or no, take that back. Step one, degrease. Degrease the frame. Hot water, Dawn. Get the grease off the frame, especially focus down on these lower ends of the frame. That's really, really important. Get the grease off it, because sandblasting through grease just wastes product. It can be done, but it wastes your abrasive product trying to shoot through grease. So degrease first. I didn't do that, and I had to go back and deal with all of that. Degrease it, get all the grease off of it, sandblast it if you can, okay? You could use like a wire wheel or something like that. You know, like a handheld wire brush, and get it all, but get it down to bare metal. A sandblaster is going to give you really nice results, okay? It's going to get all the little nooks and crannies that you're not going to be able to get to, because if you look at this particular frame, there are a ton of little nooks and crannies that you're not going to be able to get with your grinder, your angle grinder, with your metal, okay? So sandblaster, highly, highly, highly recommended. And, you know, I sandblasted my first two motorcycles with a little I think it was a 1.5 horse. Actually, here's the little girl right over here. Honorable mention, hanging out in the corner. She's now my little, this is what I had. And I did 2 full motorcycles sandblasted with this little deal. How big was this again? I'm trying to see if it says. 1 horse, 12 gallon, 125 PSI. 1 horse, 12 gallon. Now, it took me forever to get through that, but you could do it. And those are really cheap, and you could get a really cheap little sandblasting gun to be able to do that. It can be done. Sandblasting freaking rocks, okay? Once you get it down to bare metal, get like 180 sandpaper and sand it, just sand the surfaces, get it nice and smooth. Get all the dust and gunk off of it and just do it, okay? Okay, so little sand, not like crazy. I didn't go crazy on it, but I just hit some of these main surfaces and just made sure like the weld, I paid special attention to the weld points, and just sand it real quick. Then what I did is I wiped the entire thing down with acetone with rubber gloves to make sure that none of my residual, oils in my fingers would get on this frame. Wiped it down with acetone, let it sit for, 5 minutes or so. Once I did that, that's when I hit the frame and the swing arm and center stand and anything really, that takes abuse with epoxy primer Spray Max, okay? 368-0033. It's a 2-part epoxy paint. This is potent stuff. Good airflow. You're going to want really good airflow and use a respirator. Don't be like, I'm a man, and paint with this stuff. This is some seriously potent paint. But this epoxy primer gray, bomb proof. Once you put this on, it's really, really, really nice. So I put the primer on, and then a lot of people will sand things. Like they'll go and they'll take sandpaper. Maybe I'm a slacker, I don't know. But after I prime, all I really do is I go and hit the surface with one of these like scuffy paint prep pads. Okay? That's all that I'm doing. Pet Rooster, you're leaving us? Oh man. Check out. All right, great work on the frame. Keep on wrenching. Take care. Thanks so much for the support tonight. Thanks for hitting that donate button. That's huge. So once I primed it, I let it sit for, let's see. Okay, well, I got to actually go back. So priming, hit it with a light coat, wait 5 minutes, come back and hit it with kind of a wet coat, wait 10 minutes, and then hit it with another wet coat. The paint instructions on the epoxy primer said there was 3 coats. Okay, so that was that process. I let that sit for about an hour till it was totally dry, and then I hit it with this little scuff pad. Now, some people are going to want to like use sandpaper or whatever, but I just kind of use this thing, okay? And this works really well to just kind of smooth out the surface and get it ready for paint, okay? So once I did that, I wiped it down with with one of these microfiber cloths. Whoa, what's going on? Dave123 just donated $20 through the super chat. How freaking cool is that? Dave, here you go. I'm going in halvesies with you on that Speedo rubber seal. Thank you. Thanks, dude. That kind of broke my heart to actually order. That part hurt to order because it's such a small piece, but it's such an important piece. So thank you, Dave123, for going in on that freaking seal. Super important. Oh man, I love these Thursday night live streams. They just like freaking energize me like through the whole week, man. All right, what else we got going on here? Am I missing anything? Nope. Okay. All right, we're going. We're going to keep going through everything. All right, so we did the primer. First coat, light. First coat, light. Wait 5 minutes. 2 wet coats with 10 minutes in between. Let it sit for an hour. Hit it with the scuff pad, all right? Then what I did, and here's where I left off, is I got a clean microfiber and I wiped off any of the dust. I was very thorough before, be really thorough, a really nice quality microfiber, and wipe any kind of that residual off. make sure that you're wearing gloves the entire time, because you do not want your fingers to touch this thing at any point. It is, you know, quarantine zone, all right, once you get to that point. And then it was down to the paint, and we already talked about this. I went with the PB5 Electric Blue Pearl HUD spray. I believe it was repaintsupply.com. I'll have to check that. I don't remember, but repaint, I know, is part of the name. But here it is, electric blue. This is the closest thing that I could find to the original blue, and I saw it in a bunch of Honda forums. People were calling that out. So I went with it, and I couldn't be happier with the result. Applying this paint, this, I needed, I think, 2 full cans of the epoxy primer to do the frame, swing arm, center stand, like the main heavy bits. This, I needed 3. I think I needed 3 of these to do the same bit, or 2.5 of those, because keep in mind I did all the other parts as well that are blue. So I would say 2 epoxy primers, 2 of the colors, and the color is the same approach. So the color, I did a light blue brush, just lightly kind of hit everything. You could still see through it in some spots. It wasn't a perfect hit. I let that sit for 5 minutes, and then I came in with a wet coat, and then waited 10 minutes and hit it again with another wet coat. And when I say wet, these were pretty wet coats. I think I ended up putting 4 on it because I had like partial can left, and I was like, I'm just gonna go for it. And I just hit it and got it done. So there's 4 coats of color on this, okay? So I let this sit. This sat for, I would say probably 4 hours. Let it chill, let it gas out. And it was a beautiful day. The thing that I had going for me that day was that the weather conditions were absolutely perfect for painting. So I went ahead and I hit it with the Clear Glamour, where is it? Clear Glamour 2K, and sealed this bad boy up. So this was an all-day project for sure. With the clear coat, after the color was dry and I felt good about where everything was at, I got the clear coat out. I did not sand any of that of the color. I think maybe in a couple spots I was like, oh, there's a little build up there. Maybe I'll hit that. But I didn't go and like sand any of that. I went and got the Clear Glamour. Again, same deal. Go and do a light coat of just kind of a mist to get it on the deal. Wait 5 minutes. All right, and then go and follow up with a wet coat, wait 10 minutes, and hit it with another wet coat. That's gonna take you about 2 cans to get through this. The epoxy and the clear coat go really fast. The cans empty out really fast, okay? But at the end of it, I've got epoxy primer, color, and 2K clear over the top of this, and it's pretty nice. I mean, it's hard to show you, like via the stream, what this kind of looks like, but this is well done. This looks like parts that I've seen people do powder coat too. And so let me vent just a little bit. So I totally get why people powder coat things, right? It's permanent, it's freaking beautiful, like no doubt, right? But if that powder coat chips, if something goes down, like how do you get that off and like fix it? And I just have this mentality of where like do no harm for the next guy. So like in 50 years, so I got this bike 50 years after it got made. I'm coming in 50 years later and I'm fixing it and I'm making it beautiful again. I want like in 50 years somebody's going to come across this bike again and they're going to want to rebuild it again and preserve it. So I don't want to do any harm, and getting powder coat off of parts, I'm not sure what the hell the process is for that, but I do know that anybody could get a sandblaster or a wire wheel and eventually take this all down. So I just feel like I'm not doing any harm at the end of the day. Shale, put the tire in the middle of the rim with your feet. You can take it off easier. My sister-in-law said, great work on the paint job. It was a great video. Check Facebook, Brian. Okay, I got to check Facebook here. I don't think I synced up my browser tonight. So let me see. Yeah, I did not. So let me sync up my browser here real quick. There we go. There it is. Let's go check Facebook. Oh, people are posting. Let's refresh the Keep On Wrenching group. Any new members? No new member requests. We're at 412 members in this group, and it's freaking amazing. All right. Hey, Brian, great job on the paint, man. Check out this video and look for the 18 minutes part. Have a nice evening. Shale with 2 pins on the wall. You got away with one. All right, 18-minute mark. Let's go to this. Oh, I don't want your ads. All right, 18-minute mark.
I said, oh, we're the same. You know, I crossed my fingers like this. She said, oh, cowboy. Yeah, right?
Vintage motorcycle junkyard?
Hey, yesterday. Maybe Saturday, Friday, yeah. Or Sunday.
Sunday in the morning.
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
Yeah, yesterday, compadre said, come on, cowboy, I got the tacos especial. I said, man, I don't care these tacos, man. Hey, but it was okay. It worked out. Hey, sencillo. Cuando los bolillos hablo de español, de chingado, ojos es grande.
Oh, I see what we're getting at here. Oh, dear God.
I was tripping because BMW, but I forgot Honda does. They got a round badge as well.
That one's been tinkered with a little bit.
Well, I gotta go to work. That's the best I can do.
Those are original pipes on that one.
Oh, Joel truck driver's back there like, God dang, ask him about that motorcycle. All right, here we go. Got Joel loaded up, out of here.
There's an old Dream hanging out there. Or
first thing we need to do is
beautiful.
Push in.
Okay, I think I got it. I think that's what you're going for, right, man? Keep watching.
How y'all gonna have a conversation in front of the crusher, boys? There's 22 acres out here.
Let's go back to here at least.
Get it, Joel, get it. It's a Honda. It's a Honda.
Sure is.
What does it say? Oil, 1 point. I can't read it.
1.5 liter. Look at that gauge. 6,600. I hope this guy's saving that bike, man. Looks like it's rigged up to his
I was tripping because BMW, but I forgot
the
Honda does.
Here,
they got a round badge as well.
They put little bugles on it or something.
Well, I gotta go to work. That's the best I can do. Oh, Joel truck drivers.
That's nuts, dude. That's nuts. 50 years, someone's painting and clear coating the engine. Right. Dave, in 50 years, I'll have some kind of laser power paint power. But you know what I mean when I'm talking about the powder coat? What type of blue paint, acrylic or urethane? Sometimes 2K has a reaction to it. I tested it before I did any of that. I did do a test. So I had a little scrap piece of metal, and I did tests on whether or not I'd see paint reactions with anything. And I also bought it all from the same company, so luckily it all worked out. Thinking of you with the bikes. Yeah, that'd be amazing. I hope they don't crush that. Dave, 123, I'm totally with you. That'd be so sad. Bill, good night, folks. Hitting the hay. Got to work early tomorrow. Thanks so much for stopping by and getting involved in the chat, Bill. I hope you enjoyed your first live stream. I hope you enjoyed the first live stream. This is the first time Bill's been here. Everybody, keep on wrenchers, man. Give it up for Bill showing up tonight. It's awesome. Freaking cool. Yeah, pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. David Ellis bought a Keep On Wrenching Gildan Soft Style t-shirt. Keep up the great work. Really enjoy what you do. Thanks, Dave Ellis. Thanks, Dave Ellis. And I'm glad I'm able to hook you up with that side cover. He needed a side cover, a CL right side cover, and I happen to have one on the shelf. He saw it on a live stream, and it's on his way to him right now. So that's awesome. That's freaking fantastic. I love it. All right, let's keep going. What was I doing? Okay, so did I cover the paint enough? Now I'm just letting her sit. I'm just going to let it sit. I don't think I need to do much with this. It just is smooth as glass. It really is. So from here on out, I'm doing epoxy primer gray, doing whatever kind of paint that freaking works. Does it say what this is? Aero, I don't think it says on here what kind of paint it was. And then clear glamour. I could have done like a matte glamour, like maybe not gone quite so shiny with it, but why wouldn't I want this to like shine bright like a diamond, you know? Like, shine bright like a diamond. Yeah, I like it. I think it's beautiful. It's gonna look freaking fantastic. All right. I feel like getting into it because this is kind of going to be the next restoration piece that I need to get into. And I need to get serious, and this is kind of where it's going. So, looks like we've got little pins in here that we need to get out to get this rear sprocket out. I believe I did order a new sprocket because this one does look a little bit worn down. There are little locking pins in here. So I'm going to knock these little locking pins out. Just have my gloves on. And knock that one out. And it looks like this one's going this way. Wow, those almost like just disintegrate right in front of your eyes. Real little locking pins. We'll take a picture of that. Let's tear into the wheels. I think it's kind of what we can do. Taking more pictures. I'm gonna grab myself a fresh pair of gloves. And get working on this. Yeah, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to go to Keep On Wrenching, get that free sticker. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. I don't think these are really going to pop out of there. I feel like my best bet is actually just to turn these out and get them out of there. They look pretty big, like a 16. No, God, if they're 17... Dude, if these are 17, I'm going to lose my mind. Because I just don't have my 17 with me tonight. Yeah, they're going to be freaking 17. All right, well, let's go and see if this will work. Guarantee. Yep, 17. See if we can crack these loose with the pins in it. That one turned. Yeah, these pins are no big deal. We just got to remember to put them back in. Yeah, got it. Let's give you a little bit of elevation. Get that over there. There's one. Yeah, those things just fall apart. Yeah, so Sprocket's coming out. There's a Sprocket cover. Interesting, I saw that on CMSNL. And I was like, huh, look at that little Sprocket cover. So that's going to get painted as well. Looks like it's painted to me. So that's going to go into the paint pile. Take these off of here. Don't forget to share the stream, share the videos. It honestly is like one of the best ways you can support what I'm doing here. I just freaking love this stuff. I'm having so much fun. There we go. That one's being a little bit long-winded on us. Oh, and some of these, the nut is turning on the other side, so there's going to be a little bit of a trickery to this. All right, so I'm going to pull this off, pull this off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take another picture of this, just because, you know, that's kind of what I do. It's good reference. All this stuff will end up being uploaded to the website eventually, if I can get around to it. And let me see if I can actually kind of push the plate out of the way so I get that nut off of there. Just kind of push my screwdriver into the nut. That'll help me get that off of there. And don't want to bend the plate. What's going on here? Oh, there's just a little... So look up in here. This is going to be really tough to show you. But this is what these pins look like. All right, they slide up in there. So they lock onto the brake. But I should be able to hold that and get that, yeah. Beauty. Beauty, beauty. Pull that off, and that bolt's going to come out. And the bolts come falling out. Let's get all 4 of them out. Boom. And our plate. Oop. And our plate right here, which is going to get painted. And our sprocket are free. I'm going to take a picture of this as well. So it is the concave side of the sprocket on top. You can't really put it in wrong because the holes align. But I'm going to take some pictures. Just like that. All right, let's lift that off. This looks like it's kind of rounded out in the bottom. To me, that's telling me that it probably needs a new sprocket. Sprockets. Do you guys remember Sprockets from SNL back in the day? All right, in here, what do we got going on? A little bit of grease point. We got some JIS heads in here. Oop, right here. That would get us to the axle. I got to get to the bearings. So this is the bearing retainer on this particular rear wheel. So let me see if I got the right JIS bit to get these out. I should. Oh yeah. See if we can get these out. That turned. That turned. Impact driver for the win. That turned. We're going to go 4 for 4. Oop. Yep. We're going to go 4 for 4 on that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. All right, so this is the bearing retainer. Now on the 350s, this is quite different. This is that one that's got the big screw-in plate. These are some special bolts. I'm going to want to make sure that I bag and tag all of this. Oops, just dropped my impact driver on the ground. Take a picture. Can never take enough pictures. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that pops right off of there. And there's, for sure, there's our bearing. All right, there is a seal in this as well. So this seal will probably get replaced. But for now, I'm going to get this in a bag and tag it. That's what I want to see. I want to get at that bearing. That's the big deal. Because I got new bearings are on the way. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a little tag. If I can find my writing utensil. Because you never know. I mean, you never know. Weird things, you forget things, you do whatever. You might as well bag and tag everything. So I'll do rear bearing retainer. Like that. And we'll put that into a bag, just like that. 13 viewers, thanks so much for hanging out tonight, man. We've got a lot of people kind of rolling through. I'm a little schizophrenic tonight, kind of moving through stuff. But there's our rear bearing retainer. That's in a bag, good to go. We've got access to that bearing, so we'll be able to get that bearing out. That's big. All right, we also have our rear sprocket, and I want to make sure that I get all 4 of my bolts and nuts out of this. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm hopefully going to be putting a new sprocket on this. Hopefully it all arrives. I'm not going to be able to get this stuff in here. Well, the cover I will. Rear sprocket's pretty obvious. So I'll go ahead and say rear sprocket, bolts, cover. And I'll throw this into the bag as well, just like that. Go put this on the shelf. Every one of these bags is going to get gone through one at a time. Get everything cleaned up. Here's that rear sprocket. These lobes look a little bit round to me. I'm not a huge fan of that. So, yeah, we'll see. When in doubt, replace it. All right, so we can pull that bearing tonight probably. Let's flip this over, and we got clear access to this bearing as well. So, what that ultimately leaves us with is what we all got to endure at some point, and it's dealing with these tires. So, let me see if I've got my valve tool. Let's get the air out of these tires. I wonder how long this air has been in there. Let's go ahead. Let me pull you around here. All these are videos on the YouTube channel, so we're not doing anything new. You're just kind of hanging out with me while I'm doing it again and again and again and again. And I appreciate that. Love it. All right, we're just going to pull this valve stem out. I got a little premature on that one. Let's turn that. Should kind of fly out. Tires are holding air. There we go. There's that valve stem. So that's good. Last time I checked, those little bolts holding the valve in were a 14 millimeter. No, these are going to be a 12. These look like they're going to be a 12. No, they're going to be a freaking 13? Where do you find that? Yeah, David, see, we're going to pull out I think so. We can get these bearings out. Yeah, it's a 13 nut on this. It's coming out like glass. Well, kinda. Yeah, David, see, we're gonna get the bearings out tonight. Because really what I want to do is I want to get it down to the bare rim, and I want to see what I got. This, to me, on the surface, this looks like it's in really great shape. Like, I don't think this one needs to be respoked. I don't see any measurable, like, rust issue happening here. So, I don't know. All right, so there's that. There's the valve stem. That is out. Okay, we got air. Let's get our bars out. 1 tire iron, 2 tire irons. Make sure I don't stand on anything or break anything. It's gonna be easier to probably do it from this side. And let's just kind of attack this thing. It's all gonna be new. Break the seal kind of around. There, I got a little piece of it here. So I'm gonna go ahead, try my luck over here. And give you guys a little bit backup view here. What the hell's going on? Trying to pull this. Oh, this is sticky. It's sticky. I'm gonna rotate, hold this tool, pull this one back. Don't get greedy. It's kind of what I've noticed on this. Sometimes you just gotta take it on little chunks, but it'll come. It'll come eventually. Here, hold up. Let's try to get a bite someplace. I'm just trying to get a bite around on this. Might need, oh, I don't want that to fly out. Here's where a rubber bungee strap really comes in helpful. Let me see if I can get under it. No, that ain't gonna work. I need my robo hammer. But I don't want that one to release. No, I'm not. Dude, that's like, oh, I lost it. Damn it, anyway. All right, well, no, I'm not doing it with my feet. There we go. Got a chunk. Get that. Let's pull that. Should be able to get this down in there. There we go. You know, I like working it on the table, on a table, to be quite honest. I think it's easier on a table. There, now I should be able to get some action going. There we go. Yeah. Lube it up. We could. But sometimes you don't need to. Taking it in like kind of eighths. Little bump with that rubber hammer to get around that edge. Boom. Get that. Let's get this one out. And just always remember to leave your other iron in, I think is the... There we go. Once you get this first one, this first side, tends to kind of come apart pretty nice. See there, I got a little greedy, but it worked out. But I did get a little greedy on that one. And this should be free. Yeah, so the one side's free. Great. This is the tricky one. To get up underneath here and to do this, I believe see. I was able to get up underneath here like this on the back side. And I'm using the opposite sides of my bars. I need to get this other one up in here. Key is not get greedy. There we go. Boom. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, like get on the floor and use my feet. Yeah, the second side is definitely harder for sure. Getting this part over. So you're going to use your spoon kind of down. Hold this spoon and pull this. Oh, so close, man. So close. And you just don't want it to like pop back over. That's the thing. But usually on the second one, you can, it'll pop off like halfway over. So it's like not that big. But you got to catch the other end of the rim and pop it over. See that? You got to do that. So let me try this again. Let me get in here. These rims look like they're in really good shape. Come on, buddy. There we go. I remember making the videos for this, and it was like kind of a maddening process, to be honest. Oh, I almost had it. So now I'm pulling that back. Because this does just fight you, you know, quite a bit of the way. But once you get there, it's not so bad. Just got to work these irons. I always thought that like working it reverse was the way to go. There we go. There, you can start seeing it coming apart. You think I should take it from the other side? It's so much easier to get at it from this side, to me. We can try it. But I feel like I'm making good progress here. Ooh. We can try it. Yeah, because that tube's in the way now, buddy. Let's get the tube out. Let's do that. Let's get this stupid tube out of here. Oh, there's a lot of air in this tube yet, too. There's like a lot of air left in here. Let's get this air out of here. I'm like fighting that right now. Come on. Let's pull that out. Getting ahead of myself. I blame the pressures of live streaming. It'd be sweet, man, if we could get these both tore down. Oh, it's going to be so much easier without this stupid tube in there. But now is where you got to crush your hands. Soapy water. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I have some. There we go. There's the tube. Surprisingly, that tube was holding water. Or holding air. Not water. All right, that'll help a lot. So let's try. Let's try what Shale is saying. Yeah, I don't remember doing it from this way, buddy. I remember having way better luck doing it from this way. And getting this underneath here, like that. Pulling that. Oh, a lot easier without the tube in there. That's what was fighting me for sure. Boom. Okay. There we go. There we go. Oh, almost had it. There we go. Oh, camera moved off. There we go. Yeah, man, I feel like getting it from this side makes it a hell of a lot easier. That's just me, different strokes, different folks. Boom. Oh. Now I got another tire to dispose of. They want $16 a crack to dispose of these old tires, which sucks. And we can pull our rim strip. This is always kind of fun to see. Dude, there's no corrosion on this at all. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. I'm okay with that. I'm going to hold on to those inner tubes because I'm going to be able to evaporust the exhaust. But there's our main wheel. Let me get you close here. Inside rim looks pretty spectacular. This is one of the better ones that I've ever had to deal with on any of my bikes. And honestly, this is just dust and corrosion, or dust and oxidation, I should say. The spokes actually look really, really good. So I feel good about that. I actually feel really good about that. Let me see if I have the right tool for the job. These bearings are a little bit bigger. These bearings are just a little bit bigger than the others. Oh, yep, I got the right one here. So let me get this kind of in position here. Here's the blind bearing puller. Let me pull this and see if we can get it out. Shale, you win. Luckily, I'm only working on like one bike at a time. And I'll get better, I promise. I promise. I'll get better. I'll get better. All right, so I just need to find the right wrenches for this. I think I'm just gonna go, this is like my new favorite tool in the world, is this like vice grip style freaking adjustable wrench. Freaking love this thing. Oh wait, I need to go here. Need to go here. Tighten this to this. All right, see if that'll work. I have always found when removing bearings, it's always nice to put a little bit of heat on the subject. At least on the hub side, to see if you can expand it just a little bit. So I'm gonna try that. This is all stuff we've done on stream before, but it's all kind of part of the process, right? Just gonna heat the hub. Yeah, Dave C, I hold on to them. I can show you here in a little bit what I'm going to use those for. I actually use them to slip the header pipes into, and then I fill that inner tube with evaporust, and it does a really great job of de-rusting headers. I'll show you that here in a little bit. If we're lucky on these bearings, before we move on to that front wheel, we'll be okay. I just want to make sure I get this hub kind of hot. Not like super hot, but kind of hot. Everybody's saying I did that the wrong way, but you know what? I willed myself through it. I got myself in it, and I got myself out. But yeah, maybe we'll try that on the front wheel. I don't know. I find it's easier to like access it. I think what really hung me up on that is I didn't take the damn tube out. I'm just moving too fast. Slow down, you move too fast. Ecole, St. Catherine, Karate, Sungfuki. Where are you from? We need to get a pin in the map for you. You're new to the live stream. Let's see. I should probably try and turn that. I think I maybe have it enough. We'll see. Listen to me. Try next time, Brian. I was 1 year old when I was working on bikes with my dad. Noted, dude. There's like a 20-30 second delay from what I'm recording and what I'm seeing in the chat. So that's my excuse. Definitely not discounting your expertise. I'm just going for it. And again, we're just heating the hub, but not the bearing, because it'll just expand it just a little bit to help you get it out. You just need to put a little bit of heat on it. Kind of feeling it. It's a little warm. Let's try it. I don't want to kill the whole live stream doing this. I think I got to put a little more heat on it, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to need to put a little more heat on it. I think I expedited the situation just a little bit too much. Let's go like this. I'll get a little deep creep in there, or penetrating oil. In the world, this is getting a little ridiculous. There we go. See if we can get some of that in there. Be nice to get these out. New bearings are on the way. So if I can get the wheels cleaned up, bearings in, brakes in, go through all that stuff. Montreal, okay. All right. All right, we're gonna heat this hub. I'm gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna go to the map. Montreal, I had an amazing time in Montreal. Boom. Let me find a pin for the map. Oh, that's a flag. I need my pins. Oh, there's my pins. Let's put a pin in the map for Montreal. If you're new to the stream, be sure to let me know where you're at, because we can put a little pin in the map for you. Let's fly over to Montreal. And looking here, Toronto, Quebec. You're not far. Where are you? Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal. There you are, right there. Let's put that pin in the map. We got Montreal represented on the Keep On Wrenching map. Anybody else while we're waiting on this hub to kind of heat up? Randolph, Vermont. James, where's Randolph, Vermont? Give me a sign to where it is. Like, what major city are you close to in the map here? How do we get you in? I gotta get a bigger US map. I imagine you would be someplace. Give me a major city that you're near and a direction or latitude, you know, to where you're going. We'll get you on the map. Get a bigger US map. Your aunt lives in... Shale, you're getting too many pins. Too many related pins in the map. We're going to have to cut you off. But I got to look it up on the internet. Or was it Randolph, Vermont? Right in the middle of the state. All right. God, I need a bigger U.S. map, man. New York, Vermont, you should be like right in here. That about right? I think you're right about in there. I think it's going to be close enough. It's East Coast. You're not that far south, so you got to be in there. I need a bigger map. Need a bigger U.S. map. Anybody else? Anybody else got anything? In between Montreal, Boston, and New York. Okay. Oh, I was close. I was really close. Ooh. I'm going to knock the damn map off the wall. Can I get it out? There we go. In between Boston, Montreal, so that's probably more accurate. Right there. Right there. I love the map. I got to remember to come back to the map, man. Love it. Nice. I'm the pin. No, that's not right. All right. To the internet. To the internet. Just checking on my heat over there. So, bam. Bam. I'm going to look it up. I'm pretty close. Maybe a little bit more west. But, yeah, dude, that's pretty close. That second, that black pin right there, that's pretty darn close. Bop, bop, bop. You know what I do? Okay, James. Okay, good. I got it. Woo! Working our way through it all. All right, this hub should be nice and warm by now. Yeah, it should be. I'm just going to keep the heat on it if I can. Got it. Got it. Broke it free. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Everything is awesome. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. There's that front bearing, or rear bearing. Oh, first pin was wrong. Awesome, but I got it eventually. There's that bearing. Just heat, heat, heat. Look how I walked away for a little while. All right, there is a center spacer in here. Not sure if I can get this out yet. There is a spacer in here. All right. Yeah, I think I got to pull that bearing first, maybe, over here. So let's get this bearing off. Boom. Just like that. And let's get this one in. You can kind of feel when you're right up against the edge of it. And then you can usually kind of finesse it in just a little bit. I gotta give my hands a little wipey wipe. They're getting a little greasy. And then I gotta find what I did with my wrenches. What the hell did I do with them? Here they are. All right, so this one, tighten this one up just a little bit. I think that's gonna hold, actually. I feel pretty good about that. Let's get the heat back on this outer piece. Again, not heating the bearing. Heating the outside of that. We'll move that around a little bit. A little smoky smoke. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. A little bit of penetrating oil. And we'll be there in no time. We will be there in no time. Heat, 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 heat. Leaking motorcycle gas tank. Where's it leaking from? Has it got pinholes of rust? Is that what's going on? Pinholes of rust just probably lead to bigger problems, to be quite honest, from my experience. Those are tough to fix unless you're a welder. No worries, Nick James. Welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. We're tearing into familiar stuff. Trying to get kind of some of the grunt work done on the Super Hawk tonight. Just stuff that I know that I need to do. And stuff that I don't really want to make videos about or anything. Shale, my friends, I wish you a nice evening and good night. Or a nice day and weekend. Stay safe. It's 1:30 in the morning here. Greetings. Maybe you can save it, Brian. Thanks, Shale. I hope you get your sticker really, really fast. I share with my sister-in-law. My brother passed away 2 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I will improve my tire removal technique. But right now I'm focused on these bearings. Shale, thank you so much for the support. I cannot wait for you to get that sticker. I had to put 3 forever stamps on that thing to get you there, to get it there. 3 forever stamps for a less than 1 ounce letter. What kind of world are we living in? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan from everything I've heard of the tank liners that you can put in them. It's getting kind of hot. I want to go hotter. I'd rather err on the side of like hot as hell than you know, because if you go after it prematurely, you're just going to end up with headaches, right? So you could see, like, after I heated that one for, you know, probably 4 or 5 minutes while we messed around with the map, came out pretty easy. Heat and penetrating oil. Put a little bit more on there. Screw it. Let's do it. Don't buy the brand that I have. I bought mine from CMC. I think there's better ones out there. There's higher quality ones. Some of the parts are bent on mine. So, yeah, just buy high quality. Buy high quality parts and get it. Let's see. So you're in Montreal. I think I mailed one to Montreal. When did you request yours? Because I did an export end of September, and I still need to do an export for October. That's feeling pretty warm. Wow, one pull, that bad boy came out. Look at that. Ha ha! Woohoo! Charvel, you got your sticker today? Awesome. Good to hear. It's not a myth. I do send out stickers. Look at that. We got it. One pull. That, I'm telling you, that heat is going to work, man. Shale, me too, Brian. Thank you. So long we win COVID. So long. We win COVID. A good one. I don't know who. Shale, I love you, man. Go get some sleep. It's 4:30 in the morning. Ooh, hot, hot. That's hot. That's a hot bearing right there. Bada bing, bada boom. And there we go. We got it. All right. So there's the back. Back is completely done. So here are rear wheel bearings. Ooh, that is hot. Ooh. And there should be the centerpiece. There it is. Ouch, God, that is hot. It's warm. It is warm. About 2 weeks ago? Yeah, okay, so I probably haven't gotten to that batch yet. It'll get out there. I'll double check. Here we go. There it is. There is the center piece here. A little different than what we see on the 350s for sure. But everything is out of this wheel. Out of this rear wheel. This thing's ready for a bath. Ready to rock and roll. That's objective number one. That's good. That's good. All right, so I'm going to take my bearings because I'm going to compare those to the new that I get. And they are both the same size bearing on both sides. Right here. Yeah, just bear with me on the stickers, man. It'll be like not immediate gratification in any way. So a one-person show over here. It's a one-person show, kind of freaking doing stuff as I possibly can. I'm going to go ahead, save these rear bearings. I'm going to save that and get that in a bag. Actually, I should label that. You will get a sticker, though. Rear bearings. Rear bearings. Into bag. Bam. Just like that. That is bagged and tagged, and I can kind of confirm that with the new parts that I get later on. All right, so some of you are wondering what I do with my old tubes. So I know that this old tube is good. It was holding air, right? Okay, so here's my old tube. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out the stem, okay? So I'm just gonna cut this here, if my shears will get through her. Not gonna reuse the tube, not for anything like working on a motorcycle, but I'm gonna cut this out, get rid of that. Don't need it. And then what I'm gonna do is if I can find them, they should be laying over here. There's one. So here I have one of my header pipes. And you can see that my header pipe is kind of nasty. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this header pipe inside this tire. Okay? Like this. All right, slide this in here. Let me give you a little better look-see here. Let's back you up. All right, so slide this in inside the tube. Get it like kind of halfway in the middle. Okay. Let's go a little bit more. There we go. So now my header tube is down here. All right, it's down in the bottom here. And now what I can do, and this is what's going to work really well, is how am I going to show you this? This is going to be tough to show you. Let me pull this back. Let me get the evapor rust here. Like that. My 5-gallon bucket of evapor rust. Which is kind of fun. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this tube, and I'm going to hang this tube full of evapor rust. Okay? This is the way to do it, in my opinion. So my pipe ends here, and it ends here. I'm going to fill this tube, and then, I mean, you could tie a knot in it, or you could do whatever you want with it. I'll probably just grab a bungee cord. If I can find a bungee cord. Well, no big deal. Can't find a bungee cord. We're going to open up the goodness. The magic sauce. Oh. Open up the magic sauce. All right. Oh, this stuff is so beautiful. Whenever you open up a bin of evapor rust, look at that beautiful color. Oh, you can hear angels sing, man. I'm telling you, evapor rust. Stuff is game changer. Okay, so instead of me spending hours and hours and hours and hours trying to like polish that, what I'm going to do is I really like super siphons. Okay, so what I can do, grab the end of my super siphon, put that into the evaporust, and then take this, hold this down, and let's fill this tube full of evaporust. I might make a little bit of a mess as it's filling up. It's hard to tell. But I kind of want this tube to get full. These super siphons are amazing. As long as your tube doesn't have a hole in it, it's not going to be a problem. And there I can really tell that I think I'm there. So I just pull this out, drop this in, get the rest of it out, pull my hose out, and now what I've got is, yeah, this is totally submerged. My pipe starts right here. It's going all the way through, ends right here. My evaporust is like actually up into here and here. So maybe next week what we do is we check this, to see our progress. But here's what I'm going to do now. Oh, it's a little heavy, right? It's like there's a little bit of fluids in here. But what I can do is open up my workmate. Hopefully you can see this. And let's just twist this a couple times and cinch up the workmate. And now that can just like literally just hang out here. This is full of evaporust and it's just going to hang there. Just like that. I can walk away. I can come back in a week or two. Dude, the super siphons are freaking awesome. Tech Gizmo, welcome to the stream. Shale, what are you still doing here? I know, but actually it works just, Shale, one works great per tube. Because you can fill it up and it gets nice, I think it works really well. What do you guys think of that? Works very, very well. So for now, I can get rid of my evaporust in the bin. But I'll just let that header pipe hang out in there. And what I like about this, what I honestly like about this is that it saves you a ton of evaporust. All right, like you don't have to fill up a bin that you have your headers in. You're saving a lot of volume and a lot of space by just using an old inner tube with that header pipe in there. That pipe is going to be so much easier to clean up, and it used, I would say, easily a quarter of the product. Totally, David123, that's it. Charvel, have a great night. Thanks for joining. Tech Gizmo, that's about $70 for 5 gallons of evaporust. But keep in mind that as long as you filter effectively, you can reuse evaporust, over and over and over again. So it goes a long ways. So I'm just going to let this one hang out, man. I honestly think this is a legit tip right here. Like, that's a legit tip. This is just going to sit there. That pipe, we're going to see. I don't think I'm going to need to do new headers on this. I think it's going to be okay. They look like they're going to be in good enough shape. So I feel good about it. So let me move a couple parts out of the way. And let's do a little check-in on this. There is that side cover that we were working on earlier. Okay. And what I do with my little scraper, it does soften up that plastic. If you're new to the stream right now, man, yeah, Tech Gizmo, $70 for that you can reuse over and over and over and over again. It's not bad at all. Let's see. So this stuff will help you take it off a little bit, but definitely not enough. This is going to take such an effort to clean up this emblem and get this off of here to make it look legit. I can let it sit another 24 hours, but I've already done that. I've already done the 24-hour soak. Yeah, it's just, I don't want to sit here on stream and do this when I can do other things, to be quite honest. It's futile. It's futile. So I think what I'm going to do, like sometimes you just got to know like when you're losing, you know, like when the battle's lost. So I'll take a big dab of the citrus strip, which was recommended on the last live stream. Go to sleep, Shell. Go get sleep is one of the most important things you can do for yourself. Please, go get sleep. Please, go get sleep. So I'm just going to lay that out there, and then I'm going to put a little bit of saran wrap over it. If I can find my saran wrap. What did I do with that? What did I do with it, guys? Huh? What did I do with it? Just had it because I was messing around with it. Boo, 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 boo. Well, you know what? A plastic bag will do just as good. So I'm going to grab this. Just stick her in a plastic bag. I'll come check on it tomorrow. See how it's doing. That's what's going to happen with this. It ain't working. Dave, that would be a mean joke. That would be a mean joke. Why would somebody do that? That would be mean. Tech Gizmo, I have done CL pipes in inner tubes. It's a little bit more challenging to get the inner tube around it, but it totally works. Same process. Same process. Tech Gizmo, 100%. I've done it a couple times now. The inner tube totally works. You can get it by there. You just got to work it through there. You just got to work it through there. It'll get through there. I've done it. I know. I've seen it. I've been there. I've seen it with my own eyes. All right. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Find my 13. Get this stupid valve thing out of here. Let's see if I can remember to take the. Let's see if I can remember to take the whole. All right, go get that sleep shell. Yeah, you can totally do it on CL. Okay, so here's this. That's good. I need my valve remover tool. I'm feeling really good about getting the bearings out of that rear wheel because now we can start cleaning that up. And I'm going to spend some nitpicky time with that for sure. Honestly, out of all the little hacks or little things that I do, I think that the inner tube evaporust thing is one of my strongest. Because the evaporust is a little bit spendy. I totally get it, but it is such a great product. And it just saves you a ton. Saves you a ton. All right, let's get the air out of that. Whistling. Oh, you can hear that dry crack in this tire. You know, some of you said that I should use a little bit of lubricant. I'll use a little bit of lubricant. I know I could use soapy water, but I don't have any right now, and this is live. This is an entertainment channel. So I'm just going to do a little WD-40 into the grooves. That thing's still whistling at me. Again, don't get greedy. And work your way around as best you can. Ooh, dropping that. Getting tired. I'm getting a little tired. So, there we go. That's what we like. Can I get that one? Yes. I'm going to try to get a little greedy on this one. There we go. Pull that one. It's coming out easy. This is easy. I feel like Shale's like judging me every damn step of the way. I'm like all stressed out. He's like, faster. Do it faster. I could have done 5 of them by now. And then he said to attack it from the top. Right? And that's what he said. Attack it from the top. So let's try it. All right. Before I attack it from the top, I'm going to remember to take the tube out, because that's what screwed me up last time. I'm going to hit the inside of this rim with a little bit of WD-40, a little bit of lubrication. Oh, come on. There we go. A little bit of lube on the edge there. Ain't going to hurt nothing. And let's see, where's our valve? Here's our valve over here. Now I've sprayed it with WD-40. I can barely get my hands around the inner tube because it's so damn slippery. I just gotta fight for it. Oh yeah, there we go. And again, this tube is fine because I know it's been holding air, but we're gonna put new ones in it. And the tough part, of course, is getting the damn valve out. It's actually a hell of a lot easier getting them in than out. So there we go. This tube will be used for our other header pipe, basically. That's what we'll do with that. And we'll have both of those hanging off the side of this workmate here after a little while. All right. So now Shale is telling me that I should be going in from this side. And he's 100% correct. That actually went really easily. Yeah, you're right, dude. Yep. Touche. You got it. You got me. Yep, that was actually a lot easier. If I can replicate what I just did there, it's pretty incredible. Wow. Get my spoon back around. Ooh, it's so close though. I do feel like I have a little bit better visual over what I'm trying to do from the other side, but those first 2 pulls went like butter. Like a butter. So if I go over here, like Shell's saying he could do 5 to 1 on me. Or am I just He-Man? Oh, I'm just He-Man. I'm just gonna He-Man that. Oh, how about that? That's called a feat of strength. I just pulled that thing apart. Sometimes I impress myself. And sometimes I disappoint myself too. But when it's go time, it's go time. Oh, man. Shale, you got to be impressed by that. I just pulled that apart with my man hands. All right, in the top of this front wheel. Oh, now Shale's like pretending that he told me to do that. Hercules over here. That was I don't know. I was pretty impressed. I'm gonna take pictures of some of this. Speedo gear ties into this. So I'm going to take pictures of that. Grab my impact. These have been off before. There's already a little bit of wear on these heads. That one went. That one went. And that one went. So we got all three of these. JIS, everybody. JIS. There's going to be a little plate here. Take these out. Thanks, Shale. Thanks so much. Dave123. Impressive. I spent at least an hour getting my first one off. So did I, dude. First time is an endeavor. My first tire removal is on the 1972 CL350 series. Hot as hell. A really hot day. I didn't have tire irons. All I had was a long screwdriver and a big like Bowie knife. And I did it. It wasn't pretty, but I did it. See if this should pull up. Yep. So here's a cover. I'm going to take a picture of this cover. Flops in there like that. Oop. My glove broke. My glove broke. All right, so there's that cover. There's that. And that reveals the bearings. There's a bearing retainer right here. So we're going to pull that. And over here, we should be able to get this bearing. So we should be able to go. It should be go time on some of this. This might go. This might actually go pretty quick. Tech Gizmo, you haven't attempted the 72 CL350 tire yet. Just don't get greedy. And having tire spoons really, really, really does help. Having a set of spoons helps. Yeah, I figured this was going to be a smaller piece. So I need to swap out my bit. This bearing is just a little bit smaller. Just a little bit, not a crazy amount. Just a little bit. These tools are a little cumbersome to get kind of figured out. But once you get it, they're fine. Oh boy, that's tight. Oh boy. Boy, go ya. Ouch. Oh, I just dropped that on my foot, which is great. I mean, that second tire removal went pretty smooth. I don't know what everybody's complaining about. So that needs to go there. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even giving you guys a look at what the hell I'm dealing with here. All right, here we go. That. Got to get this separated from here. There we go. Seeing a little bit of leverage on that. Now that'll come off. I'm telling you, these are like my favorite freaking tools right now. These vice grip. Ugh. Vice grip adjustable wrench. Brilliant. All right, so I need a little bit smaller adapter for this one. And it's this one that I got that's all chewed up, isn't it? I don't think this one's gonna work. It's gonna be too small. That's gonna be too small. This one I have is just so chewed up. But it almost feels too big. That one's definitely too big. Let's try this one. I think Tula gave me a set, though, that I got laying around here. Wonder if I can get this one big enough. It says you gotta, like, adjust it. Oh, shoot. Adjust it, tighten it, and clamp it down, and then hold it. Let's see if I can get it to kind of pick in here. Oh yeah, that should work. I go in. That should work. That should work. That should hold. And then you take your top piece this. Get that down there. That can kind of be hand tight. Let's get our heater going. Let's heat the inside of that hub. Just like that. Let that heat up. Let's catch up on some chat. We're moving through some stuff tonight, everybody. Oh my goodness. I haven't attempted my tire yet. Shale, you're welcome. Yeah, get some tech. They're a game changer. Get 3 tire spoons. There's another tool that you can get that's really helpful as well. I'll show you one here in a second. It's for install mostly. I think you can get most tires off with 2 spoons, but there is another tool that can help you when you're installing. I can't believe how many old 71, 72 CL350s I've found in barns just around Kansas. Almost every single farm has one just sitting in the barn. I gotta move to Kansas. Gotta move to Kansas. Let's go check and see what's going on. Where are you at? If you're new to the stream, be sure to let me know where you're living. We can get your map. Oh, we got one new member request. Let's get somebody. Patrick Kennedy coming in. Answer all the questions. His dream motorcycle CB350. Patrick, you found the right freaking place. The right place. Let's refresh. That should take us to 413. Awesome. Boom. All kinds of stuff, man. The Keep On Wrenching group. So many cool things going on. Here's Aiden's deal 2 hours ago. Sorry it took so long to get this, man. I've been busy. I have an oil leak in this area. Main oil seal, clutch rod sealer, drain plug. How much oil is it leaking would be my question. Looks like it might just be a rubber O-ring on the plug. To me, that looks interesting right there. What I would do is lay a piece of cardboard under it and see where those drops are coming from. But this discoloration right there tells me that something's dripping. I don't see any oil on your frame. I don't see a drip coming from here. To me, it looks like something's going on here, Aiden. That don't look right. Like something's seeping through here and dripping down. That's my guess on that. Don't hold me to it. Yeah, yep, Leo, 100% right. This is what I love about this freaking group, man. Yeah, we're like all in. We're helping each other. Leo, thanks. That's brilliant. I think it might be the O-ring in the actual plug. Ooh, there's a gold. There's a candy gold. I gotta check my heat. Still warming up. Got a little ways to go. Yeah, look at this job. Look at that. Little bit of time. Little bit of time. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to request your free sticker, keeponwrenching.com. Sub, man. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, that's like one of the biggest, like, hey, dude, I like what you're doing kind of tips of the hat I can get. I love it. Yeah, we've had a ton. Points, housing, gasket, oil seals. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, okay. Yep. So, Keep On Wrenching community group's amazing. Go to keeponwrenching.com. At the bottom of the homepage, you can request that free sticker. Also, don't forget about the merch store, man. You know, I need to move some stuff through this to, like, make it, like, worth having. So grab a t-shirt, grab a mug, grab a hat. You know, I make a little bit of money on this, but all the money, like, seriously, every dollar that comes in here goes back into buying parts, buying new whatever, you know, buying a camera or something to make the stream just a little bit better. And then we're getting so close. We're almost to that 9,000 mark on the YouTube channel. So close, man. So close. So close. So close. Ron! Oh, you're leaving us, man. Hey, thanks so much for hanging out on the stream tonight. I hope you had fun. Dave, does that model have the chain oiler on the rear sprocket? Sometimes those drip a little oil onto the floor. Oh, good point. Good point. All right, I think we've been heating up over here enough. Let me grab some gloves. And see if we can pull 2 bearings. We get both these bearings out tonight, man. I'm impressed. I'm impressed with our effort. I thought I did better on the tire tonight, Shale. Your air filter covers have big scratches and holes and cracks in them. Post some pictures in the group. Let us see what's going on. All right, this should slide out of there. Let's see. Wow, 1 pull. Gotta love that. All right, so we got this. We got a center plug in this. All right, let's pull that out. Let's flip this bad boy over. Let's see if we can get lucky real quick on 2 in a row. That, yeah, dude, taking your time on the heat, I think that is the lesson of the night. Just gonna take this bearing off. Just like that. It should slide off. There's our 1. All right, so now what I want to do is take this, drop this in, and tighten this up. So I'm going to tighten this bottom piece. Messing up my camera work tonight. Something fierce. All right, let's keep going. Get that so it gets around that bottom edge of that bearing. You can feel it when it catches. Bam, just like that. There, bearings are out, new bearings ready to go in. Flawless, man. I'm getting better at this. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at this stuff, guys. Don't you think? Live learning. That's how I like to explain it to people when people ask me, like, what are you doing with that YouTube channel? It's like, I don't know, just like live learning. Just trying stuff. I'm just trying stuff, man. All right, so now we just gotta, oh, here, there we go. Woo! Pull that out, loosen this up. Enough to get that bearing off. And there we go, there's our bearing right there. Way to go, bearing puller machine. You freaking rock again. That is like the 5th or 6th motorcycle that I have used that with. And this wheel is now fresh and clean. This one's gonna be ready to go. So next deal, there's my 2 rims. These are my next kind of babies. Those are kind of my projects that I got coming up. Those are gonna be diligent, because I would like, somebody in the comments one night was like, hey, you should try and do like a restored wheel without having to relace it. And I thought that was a really good point, you know, because it's going to cost you money, like more money. Like this stuff's going to cost you money anyway. You know, it's going to cost you more money to go and relace. And if everything's in good shape, you don't have to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put these in a bag, label these front bearings. And I'll put that front plate in there as well. So front bearings going in the bag. That. And my 3 screws. I'm going to grab my rag. Grab my pen. Front bearings. retainer, etc. Just like that, and we make sure we've got a little bit of a label going in to the bag of parts. And when I get the new parts, I can compare the new parts to the old parts and make sure they're absolutely 100% positively exactly what I need. We're at 3 hours, 47 minutes on this live stream. Can you believe that? We've been going for a while, but we have accomplished quite a lot. I will say that we have accomplished quite a bit tonight. I want to go one step further. I want to make sure I get my other header pipe dealt with, because that's going to be polishing. I really hope I don't have to buy a new header pipe or a new set of header pipes. So I'm going to just, again, I'm going to just cut this out. Shale, go to bed, man. Go to bed. I can't talk trash about you if you hang out the whole time. So there's that. I'll grab my other header pipe. And again, we're just going to slide the header pipe inside the inner tube. You know, just make it fit. Okay? Just go in there, pull it around, and get it about halfway in. That's the biggest thing. Get it down at the bottom. Just going to pull that in a little bit. Pull that back out. Just get it about halfway in to the tube. So like right, I got that a little bit far, but then you just kick it around a little bit. Boom. Get you guys back a little bit. Sorry about that. So here's this. Not bad. I'm going to come back down just a little bit here. Just like that. Basically, you just want to get it so it crisscrosses in here. There's the bottom, there's the top. Yeah, so it's still a little bit off. There we go. Oh my God, I'm getting tired, guys. My hand-eye coordination's starting to fail me. But there we go. That's what you want. You want in your inner tube just like that. Okay. And what I can do now is I can get rid of my towel. Should be able to open up this side of my vise. I'm going to keep this one going. But that should give me plenty to do what I need to do. Grab my 5-gallon bucket of Evapor Rust. All right, let's take the top off of that. Let's find my super siphon. What the super siphon is, it just really has a ball bearing in one end of it that you shake to get things going on. And then, not with a fork tube, but I don't see why it wouldn't work if you have like a really rusty fork tube. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Super siphon, go buy one. They're freaking no-brainer. No-brainer. So again, I'm just gonna hold this. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. Hold this. I'm going to get this tube. I'm going to put this down inside of my inner tube. Okay, I'm going to hold this like this. Then all you do, what I like about the super siphon, let me go up just a little bit. You just like shake it. And that ball bearing actuates. As long as you're down below gravity. See? There we go. Now it's filling. Still wrenching, Joe. We're still wrenching. So now I'm just going to monitor this tube down here till I get fluid kind of up above everything so I know it's nice and full. Okay, still going, still going. Starting to get there. I think we're getting there. And I'm going to pull it and you just lift up. Oh, I totally blew it. When you want to stop the flow, you just lift the tube. Okay, then you just flip your tube over and let that all barrel out. Done. And here you go. Header pipe in an inner tube. Header pipes right here and right here. And I got evaporust about here and here. So that's good. Barely used any of the evaporust in this bucket. And then I'm just going to twist this. As long as you don't have a hole in your inner tube, you're golden. And tighten this up. I'm just going to let that sit there for a couple, I don't know, I'll let it sit there till next week if I have to. At the end of the day, that's what you end up with, is you're treating that header pipe and evaporust in an old inner tube. That ain't a bad deal. Forgot to pull my rim strip off this tire, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull that. This tire looks great. Looks just as good as the other one. No big surprise. Knock that out, man. Pulled bearings. Woo! Rockin'. Rockin' and rollin'. Joe, you just got done adjusting valves? Awesome. How'd it go? It all makes sense. It's all about reps. It's all about reps, I think. You know, you just gotta try. All right, guys, we're at 3 hours, 53 minutes, 31 seconds. This is a crazy, like, we did a lot tonight. I feel like we did a lot tonight, and I'm feeling it. I'm getting a little sleepyhead, so I think we're going to call it here in just a little bit, man. This was super, super, super fun. Ed Kidder, thanks so much for the subscription tonight. Pet Rooster came in with $19.99. He wanted to see the blue frame. The blue frame's beautiful. And Dave123 super chatted $20. You know, he went halvesies in on the rubber seal on the speedometer for the CB77. So awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Can't thank everybody enough, man. I mean, we've had an amazing chat tonight. I feel like every time I look up, there's like another chat to like look at. So Shale, go to bed already. Joe, thanks for stopping by. Dave123, Tech Gizmo, great to see you. Quick question, air filter covers have some big scratches and holes. Post some pictures in the Facebook group if you're there. That's the best thing to do. People will jump in and help you out there in a heartbeat. Ron stopped in for a while. He took off. Oh my God. Nick James was in. Who else is in here? Tula Tom was in. Ecole Ste Catherine Karate Konfuki was in. That was the Montreal. Sending a sticker over to him real soon. James was in. Man, I love your chats, man. Whenever you're on the live stream, the chats are what make it, man. I absolutely love all of it. Just engaging with you, it like makes it all awesome. Pet Rooster was in. All the usual suspects pretty much showed up. We're missing a few. Pat was in. Mulcahy? Is that how I would say that, man? I need a tabletop sander for sure. Aiden was in. I hope we can help him with his little oil leak problem. I think it's just a rubber seal on that drain plug. I hope anyway, because that'd be easy. Nah was in. Yeah, you're right. I could start sanding. I'm just really, really paranoid about doing that. Bill, first time viewer, came in tonight. It was awesome to see him. Chris Stone was in. It just goes on and on. David Ellis was in. Jacko was in. Who haven't I mentioned? I want to mention everybody. If I missed your name, I'm so sorry. Joe Hansen, David Ellis, Joe Hansen, David Tacklin, he was in as well. This has been an amazing live stream. We are making progress on the CB77 like nobody's business. And yeah, it's just fun to share the experience with all of you. So I will see you in the next video or live stream. Till then, everybody be safe, be well.